Yes, people, welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. Welcome back to another Blue Morning show, specifically another Chelsea transfer watch. So today we'll talk about N'Golo Kante, Kai Havertz, Mason Mount, Gabri Veiga, Edouard Mendy, Christian Pulisic, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and a whole lot of other players. It's becoming the news are coming in the thick and fast, and we're here to talk about them. Take questions from you also, but more importantly, I hope you're all doing well without wasting much of your time. Sit back, relax, and let's get into the show straight away. Yes, people, welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. And unfortunately, lots of the comments I saw in the chat were whacked away because the show was supposed this particular edition was supposed to hold yesterday, and it didn't. So once you postpone it to a different day, it clears out everything. But that's by the way. Let's see what we have in the chat. Just not too much already, but that's okay. Keep dropping the likes on the stream if you're watching. I know lots of people watch the show, but they're not able to participate in the chat. If that's the case, please, if you're watching but not able to participate in the chat, please just take a second, drop a like on the stream. The likes do go a long way for us. And also do share the link to the stream on whatever social media platform where you have presence. And that does go a long way for us. A big up to you too, Santiago Muno. I hope you're doing well. Always nice to see you. Thank you for joining the show. We're shooting for 300 likes today. Let's make it happen. Let the show begin. Thank you so much just for saying that. Code Web, always nice to see you. Quite a lot to talk about. And it looks like as we talk about it, more and more news are popping up. But that's by the way, we'll move on. We have Code Web saying Kachila, Pochettino, or Postecoglou. Who is better? Chelsea had a Koglu in the shortlist. Yeah, they had him on the shortlist too. And also, did we make a mistake of not going with the treble winner? Here's the thing: where did he win the treble? Not in the Premier League. The Premier League is a different animal altogether. And Pochettino has been there and made it to the top four. How many years in a row? I can't quite remember, but which you could argue if he had better players, had Tottenham invested properly in their squad at the time, then he could have gone on to win the league on occasions and actually won them the Champions League because he led them to the Champions League final, beating some of the biggest names in football along the line. Along the way, if that makes sense. So, yeah, he's won more, but where did he win those trophies? He's won, if that makes sense. So, I think it's just the Chelsea fan in you being a bit jealous because he's joined Tottenham. That will always happen. I keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes will go longer. And if you want to become a member, lots of members on the show being planned. We have one that we usually do weekly. We haven't done that for a while because I've been overwhelmed myself. I'm only a human being and I get tired too. But keep dropping the likes on the stream and become a member if you can afford it. The only membership level we have now is just $2.99, $2.99, and it's called the Chut Nuts. Hi, Coach. Who do you suggest if we cannot get Casado as a proper DM? Casado isn't actually a proper DM. If anything, he's more of a box-to-box midfielder. If anything, he'd help us fulfill the Kovacic role, which is a hybrid of an eight of an eight and a six. But you can say he's equipped enough to be able to fulfill that number six role. And that's why we're looking for him. But he'll be a more complete six, not your stereotypical number six, if that makes sense. But we move on from that. So I'd say, okay, let me answer your question first. If we're not able to get Moises Caicedo, there is Paulinho from Fulham, correct me if I'm wrong. There's also Ismail Benessa. I'm not too well with his situation at AC Milan because he's just renewed. So maybe his buyout clause is not going to be active until the coming season. And it's very cheap, actually, 50 million euros. There's also Zubimendi, who plays in the Spanish league. What's the name of his club again? So there are a couple of options also. I think there's Kone also. Lots of there's also the Turam, one of the Turam boys, if that makes sense. But I'm not sure. Right now, I'd say get a DM, a player from the Premier League that will help us fulfill that role. I think we'll be better off like that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along. With 17 likes already. Let's keep it going up. And Alex D, and nice to see you, by the way, Rido. I hope you're doing well, Rido. Alex Diaz says, okay, how are you doing, Alex? I hope you're doing well. Thank you for finding the time to join us this morning. We sincerely do appreciate that. I like Pauline Hart, but I think it's a little bit hard to do negotiations with Fulham. If the player wants to leave, it makes it easier. But it doesn't look like we're looking at him. We have Kone on the list. We have, what's his name? Moises Caicedo. We have Romeo Lavia. Lavia, I'd argue, to me, he's more of an 8 than he is a DM. I don't think he's a DM. And Lavia is one player. If we get him, then it's not just him performing. It's also the manager getting to develop him to become the sort of player we want him to become. So it's not that straightforward, if you understand what I mean. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 17 likes. We're shooting for 200 likes. It looks like we're going to get 300 likes. It looks like we're going to make it happen today. Yeah, I see Caicedo as a perfect replacement for Kante. I wouldn't say a perfect replacement for Kante, but one thing is sure, he's well equipped to fulfill the DM role. But I'd say he's not a DM for me. Kante isn't actually what Kante isn't a DM. I myself thought that for a while until I listened to all the people talk about him and I paid attention. Kante is more of an 8 or CM if you prefer than he is a DM. But he's well equipped to fulfill the DM role, given his ability to read the game quite well, be at the right place at the right time, and break up opposition play. But you can say, what's his name? Caicedo can fulfill that role because he wins the ball very well too and can tackle quite well also. He has the power and the physicality to be, a good pairing for Enzo Fernandez, which will allow Enzo the independence to be more adventurous because we believe if he has the license to be more adventurous on the pitch, he'd get us more goals and more assists. The Saudi Arabian league is a must-watch league next season. I think I'd argue the same. They're signing best players. Here's where the problem lies. I think people will still not watch them that much if they don't sign the younger players. If they're only signing players who are at the point of retiring, then it'd be no different from the MLS, if that makes sense. Silva, Benzema, CR7, Sergio Ramos will all be there. Thiago Silva, I haven't heard anything. So if they want Thiago Silva, at least we'll get some money from him. Many doesn't agree if Lavia comes in. Do you agree with them, Coach? Lavia, like I said, is more of a CM or more of a box-to-box midfielder than he is a DM. I'm not too sure about his ball-winning ability. I need to be convinced, but that's just me. We're all seeing things from different lenses. Maybe I haven't watched him well enough to understand, that he's capable of fulfilling the DM role. But that's just me. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We are at 18 likes. If we're shooting for 300 likes, we should be at 100 right now. Let's make it happen, people. Thank you so much for all your support. Sincerely do appreciate that. And Rido says, the only time I see Kante as a DMF is only in World Cup 2018. He is more like a box-to-box or a destroyer. You could argue that, but he's defensive-minded. Even if you start Kante as a number 9, you still see him in your defensive area contributing and stopping you from conceding goals. He reads that game that well, and he follows the ball that much, if that makes sense. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along with. I am Alex, a supporter of Chelsea. Welcome, Alex, and thank you for introducing yourself. I would prefer Kante staying on the team instead of letting him go. Even Mount and Loftus-Cheek, why let them go at this time when you have not gotten a replacement? Here's the thing: I think you have to look beyond whether you want to keep the player or not, to how long they have on their on their contract and whether the player wants to leave. In the case of Mason Mount, he has less than a year left on his contract, which means if we don't sell him now, he gets a chance to leave as a free agent in the coming season. Kante is a free agent already. So you have to consider those factors and not just think the club are letting them go like that. No. You see, for instance, in the case of Kai Havertz, we're beat. You could say I wouldn't say we're reluctant to sell, but we're saying we want to sell him for a certain amount, and yeah, and we're not budging on how much Real Madrid are willing to pay, if that makes sense. And that's because we know he still have about 2 years plus left on his contract. So even if we don't sell him now, we still have a few months to sell him before he becomes a free agent. So you just have to look beyond the fact you want the club to keep the player and consider whether the player wants to leave. In the case of Mount, we've heard that he wants to join Manchester United and all that. But we'll move on from that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Kante and Mount should stay. It's not that simple, Pio Sema. If you paid attention to what I just said, comparing Pochettino to Postecoglou is like comparing a lion to a domestic cat. The level of experience, achievement, and tactical prowess of Pochettino sets him apart. I know some people will argue that Postecoglou is also very, very good tactically, but the truth is, some would say he's won more, but where the leagues where he's won the trophies in question, you could say it's very, you could say cannot measure the Premier League for lack of a better term, if that makes sense. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way, and thank you so much for finding the time to join the show. 19 likes, we're shooting for 300. Let's make it happen. And if you're a moderator in the chat, please keep reminding those in the chat to keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes to go a long way. And Jerry Z, big up to you. Sorry for not saying hello. I hope you're doing well. Let's see. How about Nkunku deal? I think it's done. Fabrizio Romano even had to go out of his way to confirm the deal is done, signed, and everything is ready. He just will join us. If that isn't the case, I think we'll be hearing all the clubs making moves to sign him by now. If he hasn't joined Chelsea, I trust the board and Poch to find the good players for the squad. I hope they will perform well on the Pochettino. I think they will. I just don't expect too much. I just know we're going to do better than a lot of people expect us to do. But I'm not gonna get my hopes up and end up being disappointed. So I just want to be cautious. Giovanni, after Thiago Silva was being approached by some clubs in Saudi Arabia, I will go and look at which club it was and come back to you. I'd really appreciate that, but I haven't heard. I've heard that something to that effect, but I didn't take it seriously. Do we have the budget for Casado, keeper, a striker? Can we please shift our focus to João Paulinho? And personally, you personally think his profit is at a perfect age, ready-made, and EPL proven. Well, EPL proven is not a guarantee. I think we'll be there before. Sales Judge, nice to see you. I keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Bye, Coach. I am signing off for now. I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great day too, brother. Thank you so much for finding the time to stop. I appreciate that. Even a minute does go a long way. Hello to you too, Kim. So always nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. And how's your study going? Why keep Havertz? Sell him already. We don't want to keep him. But there's something I've explained here. The fact that we want to sell players doesn't mean if a club comes in with us and gives us, and presents us with you could say a penny, then we'll say, okay, take a player. And you know what? We'll add one to that. Buy one and get one free. That's not what we're doing. We're trying to get as much money as we can from selling those players because lots of them are quality players. Some of them are not just in the greatest of form right now, which I can say is down to the fact that the team as a whole underperformed in the just concluded season, if that makes sense. So we cannot just say, okay, you want them for 20 million? Okay, take them. Just give us the money. Then make one mistake, sell one player that cheap, and then the rest of the players you sell in this window will be that cheap, if that makes sense. So we have to be cautious. But unfortunately, it's a difficult balance to achieve. We don't want to keep him really. The rumors, it doesn't sound like the rumors that Mauricio Pochettino likes him and would want to keep him. And one reporting that he's actually blocked Kai Havertz move to Real Madrid. I think it's all nonsense, and we know that. And it doesn't look like Kai has actually asked to leave, as rumored. If he's done that already, then by now I think we would have agreed a fee with Real Madrid. But it just doesn't make sense. Yes, people, keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes will go a long way. Remember, we're shooting for 300 likes, and we're just at how many likes right now? 21 likes. We should be half of that target by now. What else do we have? I am mentally prepared for a sixth place next season. Then, yeah, exactly. That's how, honestly. Then if we end up making it into top four, yeah, then you celebrate it, and then you can say a big achievement. But I still, here's how I see what I believe is that we're going to do even better than a lot of people think we're going to do. Andrew Z, big up to you once more, Coach. I am fueling my focus with a cup of coffee during the live show to ensure I capture all the important takeaways. It's the perfect companion to keep my concentration levels high. I appreciate that. My coffee helps me do that. Sometimes it just seems as if the coffee isn't working. If you get my point, it depends on what I did the previous day. Lots of run around or driving sometimes doesn't help. Paulinha, Tyler Adams. Tyler Adams is also a good shout. The American international. He was excellent at the World Cup, and he's a fine player. And Edson Alvarez are available. Edson Alvarez isn't available. I think he's close to joining Borussia Dortmund. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that has always been the case. I don't think it come to us. Plus, he's commented publicly when asked if he regrets not joining Chelsea, and he said no, and said something to the effect of, "Look where they are." Obin Nadiala, one day, nice to see you. Hi, Coach. I greet you special. I greet you too, brother. Special. Please, any news about Neymar coming to Chelsea? I've heard that. I'm not sure whether to say it's believable or whether you shouldn't believe it. It just sounds as if we're obsessed with Neymar. Do I think we'll have the luxury to sign him? I'd say no. I don't see Neymar coming to Chelsea and taking a pay cut. So start from that perspective or that angle, if you prefer. It just doesn't make any sort of sense. His wages are astronomical, and I don't think it's something we can afford right now. So it just doesn't make sense. I prefer not to talk about the Neymar to Chelsea rumors. It sounds believable, but I would say don't listen to it. It's just absolute nonsense. Hello, people, and plus, why would we go back to PSG after them accusing us of malpractice of trying to buy a stake in Sporting CP because we wanted Manuel Ugarte? It just doesn't make sense for multiple reasons. Christian David, nice to see you, bro. I haven't seen you in a minute. I hope you're doing well. Please do let me know how you're doing. I hope you're fine. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support. And once again, thank you for becoming a member. That will go a long way for the channel and for the Stay in School project. We've done it twice now. And and we hope to do another one for the new month between the 15th of the day of the month to the last day of the month. But that, by the way, Seko Fofana and the Monaco Fofana are available. But are we looking at them? We do not know. Good morning, Kachila Nwanne, Chris Nwobud, Dallin Nwanne. Always nice to see you. Appreciate you. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 26 likes. We're shooting for 300. You tell me, at this pace, are we going to get to 300 likes? It doesn't look like it, but you can make that happen by just if you're just joining, please drop a like on the stream. And if you're watching and not able for one reason or the other to join us in the chat, please drop a like on the stream and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. More importantly, the likes do go a long way. And only subscribe if you like what you see. Big up to you too, Francis Winters. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining the show. Yes, people, smash the like button. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. And please, yes, the likes do go a long way. And that's the fact. Please, I appreciate that. Let's keep it going. What else do we have lined up here? Okay, the first conversation here is Christian Pulisic expected to leave this summer as Chelsea are open to let him go. We could have actually sold him in January, but it turned out he was injured at the point, and you cannot sell an injured player, unfortunately. But it's looking like, he's going to leave this summer. Hopefully he stayed fit. He doesn't go for an international assignment and then ends up getting injured. That will ruin quite a lot for us, if that makes sense. AC Milan are among clubs interested in Pulisic, as Matt Moreto reports. He was mentioned in recent talks held with Chelsea. Talks for Loftus-Cheek in standby after Maldini's sack. Looks like Maldini was the manager that wanted him. Was the man that wanted him, not the manager. But the club, yeah, I think they've changed their mind. Things have changed, so maybe they went into can when they hire someone else, or maybe to see if that person wants a Ruben Loftus-Cheek or not. But rumors are that Inter Milan also wants him. So Christian Pulisic, my hope is that he doesn't get injured on international duty and get stuck with us, and then probably ends up leaving as a free agent. Doing fine, fella. Enjoying the circus, which is Chelsea transfer rumors. Yeah, silly season. It's upon us. Usually fun. Lots of rumors are out there, which is the reason why I've always advised people just what you do to be safe for your mental, you can say mental health. Whatever you see out there, dump them into a single bucket. Call them speculations or rumors. Then take your time to dissect and analyze. Come to a sensible conclusion. I think that will be healthy for you, rather than believing everything you see out there. I think it's going to actually be worse this transfer window, the coming transfer window, and that's because we are at a very vulnerable place, and the Twitter journalists and the rest, they will exploit our vulnerability. Put out all sorts of nonsense out there, and most of us will sulk up to it, if that makes sense. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We're 29 likes. We're shooting for 100 likes. Are we going to make that happen, which is 29 likes? I think we should be doing better than that. Jersey says, I am confident that if Chelsea finishes in the top three, some fans who initially had lower expectations will likely change their tune. They may criticize Pochettino and label him as a top three manager. Even worse, actually, if we don't do well. Unfortunately, lots of people, you could say, even in the sort of situation that we found ourselves in, they still expect us to go on and win everything there is to win in the coming season, which is impossible, which is also possible. If you're being honest, technically, it's still possible. We can win, except for the Champions League, because we're not going to be part of the next edition. So it's nothing is impossible, really. But the truth remains, you have to be honest to yourself. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to win anything the coming season, but that doesn't mean it's impossible. A lot of people don't want to hear that, but sometimes you just have to be realistic. And if we're able to overachieve, that's fine. Because if we win a trophy or two in the coming season, you can say we overachieve. We'll beat expectations, because we have new managers, too many new players, and that actually will actually get worse, because we'll sign in a few new players also in the coming season. So keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along with 29 likes. Let's get the likes up, people. Appreciate that. So we'll move on from the Christian Pulisic talk here. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to check to make sure I have done the correct thing here. Okay, that's fine. So we'll move on from that one. Let's talk about this here. This is N'Golo Kante has officially signed up for Al-Ittihad club. I was at one point, I didn't like that. I hated the fact that he's leaving as a free agent. I hated the fact that the club did put his contract negotiation on standby. I knew that was a risk. But to me, here's the thing. Looking at it again, I want the best for Kante. 100 million euros per season. If had he said no to that, and then I look at it and say he's stupid. But he's a nice person. He's you can say a consummate. He's a consummate professional, an exemplary footballer, exemplary professional, and all that. So I want the best for him, and I don't think he'd get another chance as that. So I'm glad he took it. Had he refused to take it, I'd be mad at him, really. So I wish Kante well. He's a player I love so much. He's a player I wanted the club to keep, to do whatever they can to keep. Because if you look at N'Golo Kante's history at Chelsea, there's hardly any trophy that Chelsea has won since he joined us that you look at it and say, Kante wasn't pivotal to us winning that particular trophy. It's that simple. And he's one player that I was willing to say. A lot of people are saying Kante is washed up. Just let him go, blah, 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 and all that. Kante is one player that I had argued that even if we can get just 15 games from him, let's get him. That's how much I honestly I like N'Golo, and that's how good I believe he is, and that's not just me. I know a lot of people know he's that good. I you could say I put him in the same category as Luka Modric, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and Thiago Silva. You know, those sort of players. Those sort of players you could say they're so special, they're so different that if you look around the whole world, you cannot find any player you could say compares to them with regards to all the attributes and everything and how they apply themselves on the pitch. Uh, but I'm happy for him. Honestly, it would have been selfish for me to look at how much that's been offered to him and still be complaining that the club didn't keep him. No, I'm glad they didn't keep him. Yeah, you know, putting his contract negotiation on standby turned out to be a blessing in disguise for somebody. Even though I haven't met him, I'd argue he'd have to be one of the nicest person I've ever known, football I've ever known, if that makes sense. But that's why we keep dropping the likes on the stream. And the question I want to ask you is this: what's your favorite N'Golo Kante moment? And I'll try to figure out one for myself. So I'm waiting to see your favorite N'Golo Kante moment and what a player and how much was signed him for. Wow. God bless him. And I think he will enjoy Saudi Arabia. He's a devoted Muslim and a very nice person overall. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Can you please tell us players that we are currently interested in? Pius, Imaiku sounds like an Igbo brother, my Igbo Nigerian brother. We will get to that in a bit. We'll have the topics lined up. We're looking at Moses Caicedo. We're looking at Gabri Veiga. We're looking at Andre Onana. Beyond that, I can't think of any other player at this moment. But we have things lined up. Maybe by the time the transfer window opens, we'll have a clear understanding of players we're seriously looking at. But just relax. You're here with us. And believe me, stay tuned that you're not going to miss anything. DD for cheap. Maybe just as a destroyer. But for me, I think we have other options. I get it. It's easy to just be biased and say, yeah, let's go for him because of my Nigerian connection. But I don't think Ndidi is that guy, or maybe he has it in him. But just the way Leicester used him, they used him just as a destroyer, so he didn't have the opportunity to, you could say, properly express himself. So we're not able to see all the aspects of his game that we should be seeing. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go a long way. We are at 30 likes. We should be doing better than that. We would need to bring in 5 elite players to finish our top 3, and they would need to gel into the team immediately. It's just unrealistic. That's the truth. The more we have too many new players already, and we're still going to buy a few more new players, which means we'll have that doubled or maybe 1.5 of that, which makes it even more difficult. A lot more. You can say presents a lot more work for the new manager. Big up everyone and coach Seaman. That's short. Is that pronounced Seaman 254? Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining the show. Favorite kind of moment has to be his smile. Wow, that is special. Really, I did not expect to hear that from you, but that is something special. I think his smile makes you could say it moves everyone. It moves everyone. That is one player I have never ever seen angry on the pitch, even though sometimes referees make bad calls against him, or sometimes unfairly, and he just smiles and then walks away from it. And I mean, you'd say, I'm not sure how many red cards he has actually. You say he's probably has to be. You think he probably has to be one of the most carded players in world football. But no, even as physical as he may seem on the pitch, or as aggressive as he may seem on the pitch, he's actually an excellent tackler, very clean tackles and all that. More often, he hardly gets it wrong. So I'm paying attention. Your favorite N'Golo Kante moment, if you're in the chat, and if you want to write a tribute for him, I'd be glad to read it. Let's take our time to appreciate this man. Unfortunately, was it 2 weeks ago that I put out a tweet asking something to the effect of why haven't we unveiled N'Golo Kante's banner at the bridge? Just because he's not the most flamboyant player, but he's been one of our best players. And mention one trophy that we've won since he joined us that you could argue that he wasn't pivotal to us winning. He's been that important to us and the French national team. That's why we actually run him to the ground because he was that important to us that the slightest he recovers, we just pull him back into the fold, whether he's ready or not. But yeah, I'm waiting to see your favorite N'Golo Kante moment. Let's see what we have here. Kimson says we need a destroyer next to Enzo. We can have a destroyer who does more than just destroy. A destroyer who, when they get the ball, to be able to be then utilize it effectively and not just to put it forward or not just to pass it to someone else. A destroyer that's capable of creating a clear-cut chance for us if they get a chance, if that makes sense. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes will go a long way. But I agree, we need a destroyer, but we need more than just a destroyer. Good day, coach. Good day, my Niger brother. Always nice to see you. I appreciate you. And once more, again, congratulations for winning our student giveaway, Stay in School project. Hopefully, Pulisic plays well for U.S. men national team. We need to make sure he has teams that want him. Here's the thing. Yeah, I hope he does well for the U.S. men's national team if they have any assignments before the transfer window shuts. And hopefully he doesn't get injured in the process. Yeah, so that would be a risk. So your favorite N'Golo Kante moment, and I want to see your tribute to that wonderful man, wonderful individual, wonderful person. You can say an exemplary professional or consummate footballer. I'm waiting for you to hear what you have to say with regards to N'Golo Kante leaving Chelsea Football Club and moving where God, you can say God has decided to bless him for being such a nice person. One of my favorite N'Golo Kante's moment was witnessing his heartfelt embrace with his mother. With his mother after winning the UEFA Champions League. Oh, I just spilled my coffee. That was that was a good one.
And that's, by the way, the coffee spilled. So that's, by the way.
Yeah, that's by the way. Hopefully,
I'll take over from now.
My computer here. Yeah, one
that
of the
needs to be
systems,
clean.
but that's just the preview system. But go ahead, ID's big up, bro. Your favorite N'Golo Kante moment? What a player he is, and God just blessed him.
Big up yourself, coach.
Big up,
I hope
brother.
you get
Big
that
up.
cleaned expeditiously with cloth, and because we know how coffee gets when it sticks. You don't want that to be your case.
Yeah. I think I'll just spray something on it in a bit. But go ahead.
Yeah. N'Golo Kante. I didn't want this. We didn't want this. We wanted them to come back and hopefully sign a new deal. But if it works out, perfect.
What he did, he's getting what he deserves.
It's worked out perfect. Go earn good money in Saudi as a devout Muslim yourself. You know, I can't. I wish
can't
you the
complain,
best.
really.
I'm happy for him.
I'm happy for him. Yeah.
I'm happy for him. Go there, enjoy the rest of your game, enjoy the rest of your time in football. Enjoy Saudi Arabia. The weather is better than you were in England. Thank you for gracing the Premier League, not just Chelsea, but gracing the Premier League with your humility, with your.
You can say football overall, for deciding to become a professional footballer, because he's educated too. He could have decided to become an accountant.
For your role model, like persona. Thank you for being N'Golo Kante, being this breath of fresh air in football. And I'm honored to call you one of the greats that's wearing the Chelsea shirt. I'll put you on the list of Didier Drogba, and I'll put you on the list of Frank Lampard. I'll put you there with the legends, cult heroes of before, Celestin Babayaro, Marcel Desailly, Mario Melchior, whoever, Jeremy. I'll put you there. If not, one of the goats, the goats of Chelsea Football Club. So thank you. There is no bad word I have to say about you. Nothing. Even if my body wanted to, my spirit will say no. There is nothing N'Golo Kante has done wrong. He can never do wrong in my eyes. You left Chelsea not to go to another European team. You just went to Saudi Arabia, albeit the new the new power force in outside Europe, being Saudi Arabia, China, new Mark 2.0. But yeah, albeit, man, I'm happy for him. My favorite moment was his humility from the minute touchdown. That's epitomized by Champions League win. When everyone's kissing the trophy before they go to get when they get their medals, everyone's kissing trophy. N'Golo sees the Champions League. He just touches it. He doesn't even. He just
and smiles.
I just walks away. In the dressing room, everyone's dancing. Rudiger, Zuma, Abraham, Mount, everyone's dancing up and down, celebrating. This guy's doing warm down, doing stretches. Can you see how different of a human being this guy is to, a lot of people? He's just humility he embodies that.
And see how even when he agrees to leave the trophy, you say like, or again, his teammates will be looking at him like, wow, like you'd be wondering what are they thinking? Or are they surprised that he's lifting the trophy? But go ahead, brother.
The respect he has garnered throughout the whole of football, everyone loves it. We won't see another N'Golo for a long time. A player-like model like N'Golo, you will not see for a long time. An introverted
I go to the extent of saying there will never be another N'Golo Kante.
In that respect, there will never be another N'Golo. But in terms of the whole persona of what this man was able to show on and off the pitch, I don't think you will see that again. In honesty, coach. Honestly, and he didn't do it. He didn't do it. He didn't do it for the TV. He didn't do it for media. He didn't do it for likes. He didn't do it for, I'm N'Golo. He just N'Golo Kante. That's it. And so, all the best to you, sir.
All the best to him. What a player he is. Thank you so much for that one. That one, I think it was beautiful. I was, again, when I read these, I actually came to mind. I was animated that I spilled my coffee, but I still have a few left in the cup. It was a beautiful display of love, gratitude, and the combination of years of hard work and dedication. Seeing the joy and pride on both of their faces was truly touching. Honestly, I have to agree with you. Maybe you have to write an article on that too. It's opinion, but I think a lot of people will like it. So, Jerry Z, maybe that will be your first article, sir, because you can finish that one quickly. A lot of people wouldn't mind reading that. Hopefully, I'll be able to find a picture of him embracing his mom on our photo platform.
And in my humble opinion, N'Golo Kante, the best signing of this generation of the past 30 years. I will arguably say the best signing for a man to come from nothing to come to Leicester City to win them their first ever Premier League title, then to go to Chelsea to do that again, then to win Europa League, Champions League, Super, what have you. Yo, I don't
and in
see
all of
doing
it, and he actually here's the thing. I get it. The long goal was scored against Manchester City in 21. Started from Mendy finding Benchua dropping it one time to Mount, and Mount also finding Kai Havertz. Lots of people, if you paid attention, Kante won us that game. Kante was one of the guys that won us that game. But because he's that sort of player that if you don't pay attention, you don't realize his importance. But here's the thing. I didn't want to be selfish, and thank God. I didn't go to the extent of being selfish because I wanted him to stay and say he's to replace there for 100 million per year, because I would take it if I was him. The moment we saw that, we knew he's gone. But that's why we'll move on. I'm going to catch up and bring in my bro, the coolest Charles. I know he's my bro, but if I don't bring him on, he's going to fight me if he sees me. We're waiting for your Kante. We're waiting for your N'Golo Kante tribute. We'll read it if you have it in the chart. Your favorite N'Golo Kante moment. But to me, I think I'm going with this one, what Jersey said here. That embrace, him embracing his mom when we won the Champions League, that was just beautiful. So animated talking about it that I spilled my coffee. Our soul and strength. Wow, that's delicious. That's the only way. I think that's the best I've seen in the chat today. Because this is how many words? 1, 2, 3, 4 words. But it says everything N'Golo Kante is. Mike Kante, best moment was the wonderful goal against Manchester United. He will be greatly missed. That was a delicious goal too. That day also, aside the goal, he smoked Paul Pogba on the day. He made sure Paul Pogba was useless, but that goal was beautiful. You can say a Messi-esque goal. It was beautifully taken, not about power. It was about placement. It was about, again, his intelligence, reading De Gea, knowing where to put the ball for De Gea now to be able to reach it. N'Golo, masterclass against Manchester City. In the final, that's another one. N'Golo won a 3 man of the match in the UEFA Champions League. Yeah, leading to that final, that's to show you how important. Only one of Chelsea players who came on 15 minutes before the game ends and still won man of the match. Big up to you too, Keshan. I appreciate you. We're gonna miss him, but I love him, and I'm happy that he's taking that deal. Had they not taken it, then I'll be mad at him. I have to be honest. Messi to Inter Miami. Welcome to the United States. The GOAT for me, but that's my opinion. Kante, the great gunner, but he will forever be remembered. Unfortunately, we never unveiled an N'Golo Kante banner, but we should do that. I'm going to keep pushing that. We should do that the moment the coming season starts. Whether again he's there, but he's not going to be there anyway. But we should do that to really show him we appreciate him. We can actually invite his mom or any of his family member to come. Kante needs to be respected. I get it, he's not the most flamboyant, but you cannot deny his importance and how important he's been for us for a while. Kante is the great. Yep, keep dropping it. Coach Messi is coming to America. Will you meet him? If I get a chance, I will meet him. And if anybody's watching, during, was it Nigeria 99? I have a picture that I took in Calabar. I was one of the stadium workers then in Calabar. If anybody can help me find it, I came with one, those pictures to the United States and somebody took it. A picture I took with Cristiano Ronaldo. If you're a Nigerian, if you can find that picture for me, I took it in Calabar and show it to me. I'll give you 60,000 naira, if that makes sense. Coach Messi is coming to America. I'd be happy to see him. I took him, not Cristiano, I took it with Ronaldinho.
Just like that. So I'm gonna find that picture.
I took that picture with Ronaldinho. I think he was 20 then. Nigeria 99 was under 20, so he probably 18, 19 at the point. With Ronaldinho, I remember in Calabar. I need that picture again. Somebody stole it in the United States because I was just showing it to friends. Saudi Arabia will dominate. I think here's the thing. They have the money, but here's where I think they will develop the league. I think that project is towards the next World Cup that they want to host, the World Cup they want to host. They will sign good talent, but it will be difficult to lure, you can say, younger talent. I think right now but they're capable of doing that because money is everything. Let's see what happens. Because if you're, for instance, even if they go to what's his name, Erling Haaland, and tell him, okay, 150 million per year, he'd leave Man City in a heartbeat. But sometimes the younger players, they still enjoy football more. It probably will be a bit reluctant, but some younger players will take it. So
again, money talks. So I don't.
Money talks,
for sure. But I don't think Saudi Arabia has the clout to dominate European football in terms of its Champions Leagues, its international tournaments. I think the only way Saudi Arabia can dominate is if they invest a stupid amount of money into their league. Even still, you're talking about another region and how it aligns with the culture of the West.
Culture is an important factor.
Exactly.
Some people will find
exactly
it difficult to leave and still enjoy. Yeah,
the tribalism we have in the West in terms of football support, in terms of football fandom, in terms of our interactions with the players may be different in other parts of the world. So to promote that,
go ahead.
To promote that will take some sort of investment in which I don't see it. They can dominate the Asia. I can see them dominating Asia and changing the Asia Champions League into a different guise. But in Europe, I think it's got too much clout to overtake. No, I don't.
And here's the thing we want to say quickly: I think they have to be also very cautious. Because they will risk you could say some negative effect on the culture, and they're very, very traditional people. I
Oh,
don't think they would.
100%. In terms of
Yeah, so
money, though,
yeah, the money
you
is
know,
there, but they wouldn't want to risk it. They can actually get it to be as big as and anybody don't think
yeah,
it
yeah,
will be,
100.
but it's a
Money
risk
will
to
take
their
them there.
culture.
Yeah, to be exactly. Yes, because
Yeah,
you're talking about sponsorships, you're talking about allowing a lot of that will be in conflict with their, beliefs in terms of moral,
yeah,
so there's a lot of things that will need to be crossed. But again, like we all say, money talks. So if they can they're getting everybody. But yeah, I think they're the new China. You know, when China were doing it like 10 years ago, bringing in the
and it's
likes of
still it
Bastiano
didn't move a
Pele,
needle.
getting players like Hulk, Tevez, Oscar, just bringing them in.
It still didn't
Um,
move a needle.
they didn't really move, but the Chinese government had to intervene with the league, and it was all capped, so it kind of became something that had to be removed. I don't
And
know
it's
how
not
that
really
will work.
about the money they're spending, but I think they're concerned about their culture.
Exactly, the Chinese were
Mhm.
concerned about how culturally it will be affecting them, so they had to put a lid on it. So let's see how the Saudis do it. But hey, we'll see how this goes. We'll see how it goes.
All right, keep bringing on the Kante tribute, or your best Kante best moment. Let's get it. I'm gonna bring in Tobeho in a beat. I miss Kante. Will not cost Kante. Good luck to him. I'm happy he's leaving. Starting to sound like a eulogy. Yeah, that eulogy. That's what. Not really eulogy, but tribute more. That's what I want to call it. Let's hear you. He's an excellent player, and I love him so much. I remember when they say that there will never be another Makalele. We found a Maka 2.0, and even better, better player. The search for Kante 2.0 has started to be continued. But
Amen. Amen.
yeah,
Beautiful. Amen, bro.
amen. Yep, amen.
Amen.
And the blue Tiffle game, big up to you, brother. But we're still fine. We'd name that person Kante 2.0, but that person will never be in N'Golo Kante. Kante was the man of the match, but people say Mountain have had won us the Champions League. Here's in it's football. In some cases, actually, people will only talk about the goal scorer. There are so many players that did different things that overall that culminated to also winning that match. But Kante for me, he was you could say the underrated player for us in that final. Big up to you too, brother. I said big up Kuchila and IBZ. Keep it coming. We'll switch topic in a bit. Chelsea are not serious. Still no Poch announcement. What?
I've addressed it. I've addressed it. Don't worry. I've addressed it.
My comment was so delicious that it actually made you spill the coffee. You could argue that it's quite a compliment to have such an impact with my words. Delicious comment. Okay, you win, Jerry Z. I apologize for being a distraction and causing you. No, don't worry about that, brother. I didn't intend. I understand. But that touched me really. That was why I got animated talking about it. It was a beautiful sight on that day. He scored against Leicester City on two occasions, really. It looks like every time we play against them, he scores. My N'Golo Kante best moment was against Real when he closed, Modric and Kroos, Toni Kroos, like a shot. He put them in his pocket. They weren't able to play. That was against that was under Thomas Tuchel, wasn't it? That was under Thomas Tuchel. Zolani, okay, just responding to somebody. I think we've announced him. This is completely normal and fine. Let's see what we have here. Saudi isn't going to dominate unless, but we're not here to discuss that, unless they build up the youth. Here's the thing for a multitude of reasons, they may well be able to dominate in Asia and make it even more attractive. You can say attractive to others to watch. But I don't think they would want to, and they would want an influx of too many people with different, you can say, different cultures that can lead to them, you can say, compromise on their beliefs or traditional way of doing things. Havertz must go away. Arsenal want him. Mount is going. Man United, I wish them best of luck. It's not their fault. It's Ball's fault. Fawale, that's your argument there. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. And nobody wants to live there and play in the desert. At least that's what you think. Do you sleep in the desert? No. They have they have ACs and all that, and plus the moment you leave at a place in about you can say, yeah, you get used to it. It's as simple as that. If anybody tells me that I'm going to leave in Las Vegas for 3 years, I'd say no, because I hate heat. Kante deserves the bag. Yep, he deserves it, and I'm happy for him. I'm not even mad anymore. Too bad we're not getting rid of him. Here's the thing, I'm not gonna say too bad. I don't want to regret it. I feel like if I start regretting that we didn't get him to put pen to paper for a new long-term contract, that God is not gonna be happy with me. Honestly, I'm just happy because I take the money too. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Your favorite N'Golo Kante moment. Bring it on. Neymar to Chelsea. I don't see that happening. Chelsea are less corrupt. Okay, I'm gonna move on to that before we get into politics. Best moment was when he signed the contract. Chelsea FC was reborn. You could argue that. Wow, I think I like your comments. The second one and the way you put it, I think it's excellent. I like that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We're shooting for 300 likes and we're still just at 45. We can do better than that, people. Let's make it happen. And if you're a moderator and in the chat, keep reminding those in the chat to keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. Coach, don't sell Mount. I don't want Maguire here. We don't want Maguire, and I'm not the one selling Mount. Dominic, Maximilian, and Neche, thanks for joining the show, brother. Kante's moment I really love was his goal and celebration versus Manchester United. After dribbling the three people, big up, with what the Igbos call Imuma in football, just like this. And who was that he dropped? Was it Maguire that he dropped on the floor, on the carpet on the day? But it was a delicious goal. Thank you for that. When are they announcing Nkunku? Very soon. 7 even. Nice to see you. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. And Desmond Murethi, bye-bye Kante. Money have won him. He deserves that. Believe me, I'd be mad at him if he refused that, no matter how much he loves Chelsea. If I were Kante, even if my brother owns the club, I'd say, wait, maybe I'll earn the money and give you some if you want, but I'm going to Saudi Arabia. If that makes sense. What up with Simham? Not too sure what's going on there. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes will go a long way. Tobejo, your turn. Your favorite N'Golo Kante moments, if you have one.
N'Golo Kante.
That song gives me the chills. That song they sang in the stadium, right? After winning the World Cup.
Yes.
Oh, I love it. But go ahead.
And I think France may have another chance to win the World Cup if they had N'Golo Kante again. Because N'Golo Kante is another animal that can do a lot of things in the pitch. But also, coach, I think his role changed after Mauricio Sarri came in, where he plays as a box-to-box. I loved him more as a 6 because he didn't have injuries that time. So as soon as he played that role as a box-to-box, he had a few injuries, and then I think that's the issue that he's having at the moment. But again, let's talk about that. N'Golo Kante, well done. You've done so well at Chelsea. My man, you got a big bag. Take it and run as far as you can.
So that shows you're happy for him. You're not mad that it's not staying.
I even tagged him yesterday and said, N'Golo Kante, you can take this money and run away, man. This chance come once in a lifetime. So take the money and run away. But my best moment is against Manchester City, pocketing De Bruyne, making De Bruyne foolish. That game.
He took the ball off of him 3 times in that final or so.
Yes. Oh man, I enjoyed that final. And N'Golo Kante was everywhere, even in the attack, in the midfield, everywhere. N'Golo Kante that game. Oh man, what a player! I won't be mad for him leaving because of this huge deal. No one can say no to this deal unless you are Messi. As Messi off a 1.5 billion offer from Saudi Arabia. But that's a story for another day. And my best moment,
Messi will still go there. I think he wants to play more at a what he believes is a higher level, because even next year, and the year after, they still come for him because of his name. Messi is a brand. So Messi, I think it's a well-calculated move. I think Messi will still go there because still after 2 years, they can still come for him. It's just the name alone will move needles in that area. But go ahead with what you were saying.
Yeah, as IBZ said, like N'Golo Kante had a fantastic year with Chelsea. We don't need to complain a lot about him leaving the club. Also, blaming the club why they didn't try so much to keep him. But again, man, you can't deny this offer. And N'Golo Kante leave Chelsea Football Club without any dramatic interviews. No causing harm on the club or teammates and stuff. He's so humble, and then he deserves this moment. We should just let him go, have fun in Saudi Arabia, enjoy money, and then make 5 kids, man. More kids, please.
Yeah. And here's the thing again, something I'm going to say quickly. The closest to N'Golo Kante getting mad at the referee was just doing something like this. Just forget it. That's the closest. I've seen him on the pitch. You could say he was not happy with the referee, just saying, just forget it. But this, by the way, wonderful seeing him. I'm not too sure. In terms of our striker options, I'm not sure what we're doing right now. But more importantly, people keep dropping the likes on the stream. We're shooting for 300 likes, and we're still at just 47. I think we should be doing better than that. Let's move on. And the blue tip again. He says, Coach, the most important attribute in that Kante is not his ability at all. It is the liberty he gives the players around him. Wow. This is a delicious comment. I think I like this. Around him to be their best self, like Paul Pogba, in that World Cup, Kante won us that UEFA Champions League final. I know a lot of people don't see football beyond the surface level, unfortunately. I think he did. What a player he is. Talking about him alone gives me chills, but I'm happy for him. And thank goodness I've come to terms and realize this guy deserves it. It's a blessing. It's just God saying, you've been too nice and I'm giving you this. The atmosphere, the passion, the passionate crowd, and rich of football culture are deeply ingrained in European football. You could argue that, or you could say the most, let me not say, you could say the most accommodating culture, maybe. Nothing wrong with the Saudi culture, but if you paid attention, I think you'd understand what I mean. It will take a considerable time for Saudi football to integrate with the modern landscape. I wouldn't say modern landscape. I think it's about belief. It will be a huge risk for them. You could say it's a kingdom, really. It's called the Saudi Kingdom of a reason, and they will be, again, it's a risk I don't think they'd be taking. I know they consider that. Big up my dear people. Personally, I don't believe in the news of EPL players are connected with Chelsea. When you see January window, all are outside EPL, especially I don't believe in Lavia rumors. Okay, thank you for saying that. So I'm going to get a few more Kante tribute from the chat, and I'll come back to the Kishon to speak. Big up Chelsea. Club only need a strong one striker, one midfielder. Okay, goalkeeper, we're not there yet. Hello, coach. Big up to you. Seems Rice will go to Arsenal. Here's the thing. The rumors are that we've been licking our eyes at Rice since 1820. And I've always known it doesn't look like we're serious about him. It doesn't look like he's going to come to us. I cannot understand why we're not signed him under Roman era, because we didn't really want him. And another question is that, does he really want to come to us? And Mr. Troublemaker, always nice to see you. I hope you're well. Gabriel A, just seen Liverpool FC announce McAllister 35 million. How comes we get a ripped off from Brighton and they all get a bargain? We'll talk about that in a bit. Right now, N'Golo Kante tribute, if you want to, or farewell message if you want to. Question for coach and panel, thoughts on Samuel Reese, midfielder from Torino. I don't know him that much to present any sort of argument for him. But Eugene, more importantly, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Rice was atrocious yesterday. A lot of people didn't think he did well. I want Mason Mount to United. Yeah, go ahead, just drop the money. If you are enjoying the show and found the discussion insightful, please show your support by dropping a like on the stream. And also, if you want to become a member, the link to becoming a member is being pinned at the very top. By hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel, your engagement means a lot. Thank you so much. And plus, the evening show will start again. Louisa is ready to start hosting the evening shows, even when I'm not here. But I'll be here to support her for a while until she gets back into the groove again gradually. Yes, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 53 likes. We're shooting for 300 likes, and we're still at 53. We should be 100 right now. And Nkunku should play up front next season. And in your opinion, big money for average striker. No need to throw money. Okay. As far as let's talk about players we need or want for this moment. Those who are leaving, let them leave. If you want to leave, we'll let you leave. It's a simple as that. Keshawn, my bro from New York City. Big up, Keshawn. Your thoughts? You have anything to say with regards to N'Golo Kante's departure?
Yeah.
You seen that video?
Nah, what video?
The guy that orders the same thing, the same place. So the moment he came and says, yeah, the guy just told him, okay, $6.99 or so. And it's okay. How you know what I want to order? I haven't even said anything yet, but go ahead, brother.
Yeah, they just know, man.
Mm-hmm.
They just know. You can say one word and it can mean like 10 different things. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it is out here. But with Kante, yeah, man, he's one of our best midfielders we had in a very long time. Like, people overlook his technical ability. He has technical ability. People overlook his vision, his off the ball play, how he makes it easier for other people on the field. Like, it looks like he's not even trying. Really, it looks like he's just having fun out there. And I always admired that. Like, he's just having fun. He's always humble, and like and the fans love him because of that. You know, he doesn't have an ego, not that we know of, but it definitely looks like he doesn't have one. Yeah, his work rate. Like, people don't work as hard as him. I mean, Gallagher, yeah, he runs, but like, there's no purpose. There's nothing to it. With Kante, he's running for a purpose. Like, it's just two different things. Like, so
yeah, you could start Kante as a number 9 and he still be effective defensively for you.
Yeah, he would still be effective. Like,
yeah, defensively. I'm saying it'd still be effective defensively, even if he starts at number 9, because of his ability to read the game. You could say sniffing out danger is just his thing.
Yeah, and many coaches, many players, they all speak highly of him. There's no bad things to say about this guy.
Nothing.
You know, nothing at all. He just like a beacon of hope or something. Like, he's just one of those people that like just bring good energy around, you know, and
positive energy all the time, always smiling.
Yeah.
And here's one thing, Keshawn, people don't give him credit for his technical ability, and I'm glad you mentioned that. He's actually an excellent passer of the ball. Here's something I like about people who pass the ball once you get to the final third, not to be in a rush to pass the ball. He's that sort of passer. Then once he's closer to the final third of the of the opponent's half, and he wants to pass the ball, he usually holds onto it a bit, draws the defender to him, and then creating space for whoever makes the later on into the box, and he just passes it to that person. I don't know how else to explain that to come across effectively, but people, like, I agree with you, and thank you for mentioning the fact that people don't give him credit. He's well technically gifted. He's an excellent passer of the ball, good vision, good tackler, and all that. But I'm gonna miss him. And Keshawn, let me ask you this: would you have loved the club to keep him, or you're happy that he's getting that amount and leaving?
I mean, I would want the club to keep him. Hell yeah! But if he wants to go, he can go. I'm not mad at it.
I'm not. You just cannot be.
Like, you seen the effort he's put on the pitch. Like, you can't be mad at it. Like, there's certain players who, you know, might want to leave and they haven't put the same effort, but I'm not going to get into that. Still, yeah. So
I'm happy for him, really. Yeah. I was just questioning, why didn't we just, put him on that contract? Then we could at least get some fee for selling him. But I'm so happy he didn't put pen to paper. But that's, by the way, why Kante? Why it's easy just saying no. I would had he not gone to Saudi, I wouldn't be happy. I will start blaming the club for not letting him be blessed because he deserves that. Did we really need to let Kante go? I don't care anymore. I'm just happy. To me, it's a blessing in disguise for one of the nicest people you can say footballers I've ever known, I've ever seen. I don't know him personally. Mr. Happiness, it's really nice to see you, brother. Mike Kenyan, bro. Always nice to see you. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. We have, again, to give a diamond for mod, we really need Kante. Unfortunately, even if we really need him, let him go. I'll take the money and run like Tobeho said there. What else do we have? What is the opinion of the panel on the fact that we missed the chance to sign the serial winner, Postecoglou? It's not a missed chance for me. It's not a missed chance for me. I get it. He's won this, won that, won the other one, won that one, if you want to add that to it. But where did he win those? You can say Pochettino has a more Premier League experience than him, has a Premier League experience, and he doesn't have any, actually. And you can argue that Pochettino could have won, you could say, won a lot with Tottenham had it been that they invest properly in their squad, if that makes sense. You wanted to add something to that, Keshan?
No, I was going to say, let's see if he wins at Tottenham. And then I'll rate.
Yeah, exactly. Let's start there. Let's see if he wins there first before I say, yeah, we made a mistake, if that makes sense. Big up, coach. Big up our panel. Big up Kante. Personally, on new signings, we will not really know who we are signing till next Wednesday when the transfer window officially opens. Okay, you can say that. But Phil, nice to see you. Thank you so much. Neil, nice to see you. Have liked and subscribed, guys. Thank you so much. Baron, I appreciate you. Thank you for joining the show. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. And also, we invite other people and do share the show on social media platforms where you have where you have presence. That will help us reach a lot more people. Kante's short passes are serious to deal with. Thank you. I said that. Yeah, that was what I was trying to explain. He's a good passer of the ball, but a lot of people don't. You can say don't understand how good he is in terms of passing the ball. He has good vision and actually can finish well. And his finishes ain't about power. It's about placement and finesse. Check all the goals he scored. Kante must take this back and run. Yep, I agree. Run. Don't even look back. If he looks back, I'm going to be mad at him. Hi, guys. I am a Darlington FC fan. Okay. We're made, in 2011. Reformed in 2012, demoted a 4 league. We're currently a part-time fan. Owned the National League, not club. Which club is promotion today? Which club is Darlington fan? But explain for that. But thank you for finding the time to join the show. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes do go a long way. Let's see. Anybody saying anything else? I think that's it for Kante. We have to move on and talk about all the topics you have here. Keshan, do you have anything to say with this brother here? Hopefully he doesn't get injured. And I know, do you follow the U.S. national team very well? Do they have any assignments by the time the transfer window shuts? Because if he gets injured, we can't sell him. Then he may well end up staying and living as a free agent.
No, there's no friendlies. I know there's Nations League, but I think I think he'll be gone probably like right after the Nations League. I don't know when that is exactly. Let me look at it.
All right. Hopefully he doesn't get injured and complicate things for us, because if that happens, most likely he's going to leave us a free agent. Except if we decide to terminate his contract to save some money. Yeah, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. They still need Silva. We should offload all, but not Silva. I think if they pay up, I don't think we'll have any other option than to let him go, which means Koulibaly will most likely stay, because we need experience in that back line. Without experience, we're seeing how the younger players will struggle. I'm not into us just having a bunch of, you can say, an average of age of 21, 22 defenders. It's a huge risk. Go ahead, Keshan, you were saying something?
Yeah, I just found out they're playing. He's playing the 15th against Mexico.
So that's a huge risk.
And if they win that, then they're gonna play, the winner of who's the other game? Panama and Canada.
Yeah, that's seriously a huge risk. So hopefully he doesn't get injured. But that's, by the way, we'll move on from that topic. We're going to this topic now. N'Golo Kante, we've talked about him. And there you go, Reece James and Kylian Mbappe. I'm going to say this. I specifically selected these. It's nothing that serious for me. I understand they're probably on holiday. Is it called Ibiza, where nearly all of them go for their holidays. So they just took a photo together. Mutually, they respect each other. And I know Eugene, if he sees this, he's going to take it and run with it. They still need Silva. We should offload all but not Silva. I don't think it makes sense to let him go. Koulibaly is not experienced in terms of winning. Okay, let's see. Who else do we get to replace him? Poster won 10 trophies in Australia, Japan, and Scotland, while Poch only won 3 trophies just in France. If Postecoglou beats Poch at the beach, then what would the panelists say? Nothing?
So one game is going to make
it's football.
Come on, man.
Yeah, it's football. Here's the thing. I get it. To me, I wouldn't take him over Poch because Poch has Premier League experience. And if you understand football very well, you understand that Pochettino, again, is the one that makes better sense for us than Postecoglou, if that makes sense. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 62 likes. We're shooting for 300 likes. So we should be up to 100 likes right now. But we need Koulibaly in balance with age. That's what I'm saying. Whether you like him or not, so young players can be patient. If we don't mix it up properly, we'll have an issue. Let me see. Reece James to PSG. Mbappe first signing. Okay, let's see what happens there. Both messages were sent from a friend of mine for the panel. Now because that didn't sound like you. That did not sound like you, Jersey. Because I know you love Poch so much. You think even at that, I don't. But I've explained. I'm not going to change my mind with regards to Poch's abilities, if that makes sense. But I like that. I already make a celebrations about Mbappe joining Chelsea. Okay, let's see that happen. I like it, but I don't think he comes. It say that he extends his stay at Paris Saint-Germain or he joins Real Madrid. That's what I think will happen. But that's just me. And this man here, you can say, tell me one trophy in world football that any club has won that you cannot look at and say a Chelsea player is part of it. Isn't part of it. There's hardly any. So we're everywhere. But this man breaks a record. Emerson Palmieri, he's become, this is cool, he's become the only player to have won all Champions League, all 3 major European trophies. He's won the Europa Cup, he's won the UEFA Champions League, and also the Conference League Cup. So congratulations to him. The past 3 years, actually, he's been winning all the way. So congratulations to him. He's a fine player. It didn't really work out for him at Chelsea, but I understand even at that doesn't mean Emerson Palmieri is a bad player. So congratulations to him for that record of becoming the only player that's won that. I saw this, even though I want to use it as one of my presentation windows. I still think it's funny. That head isn't Mason Mount's head, but it's looking more like Mason Mount's face photoshopped into Harry Maguire's head. And Mason, I don't want to say what comes to mind. He does. The shape of his head isn't like that. I hope that makes sense to anybody that's watching. But that's, by the way. Let's get into the news proper. That says Man United FC are now preparing their opening bid for Mason Mount at Fabrizio Romano, and rumors are that they're only willing to pay around 50 to 55 million pounds, and not up to 60 million pounds. But let's see what happens. I think we'll end up selling him for how much I do not know, but I don't think we'll be in a rush to sell him right away. Even there's still the transfer window. There's still a long way to go. So it wouldn't make any sort of sense if they make their initial bid. We'll say, okay, take him. I already make my celebrations about him, but I hope it happens. Maybe that will help you to get you to do a super chat. I agree, but you never know what can happen in football. That's the truth. A lot changed, and the players do talk like that too. Dumbo this player, let's go like a Mount Mason, too much boss. Mount has a big head. Does he really? Okay, but that's not how we're here to talk. It just doesn't look like his head really. We could have replaced Mount with McAllister for 35 million. Seems like a missed opportunity. But here's the thing: McAllister is a good player, but the question, were we serious about getting him? Because last transfer window, rumors are that we went in with a leg beat as the transfer window was closing, but wasn't successful. So I'm not sure what to make of the fact that we didn't get him. But we'll talk about that in a bit. Some people are arguing, why are they asking us for 17 million plus for Caicedo? So I don't know why they value them differently. Maybe McAllister doesn't have too much left on his contract and probably refused to put pen to paper for a new contract. He's signed for, I don't know how much, I'm not sure how much he had left on his old contract before he signed for Liverpool. But that's, by the way, we're moving from that. We could have, I've read that one. I think that's a factor we must also factor into our judgment why they've sold him for cheap and they're asking us for 17 million plus for Moises Caicedo. Mount is some type of player, not for modern football, in your opinion. Thank you for adding that disclaimer there. I'm pretty sad we didn't try. Maybe we didn't want him. Postecoglou is an Australian werewolf in North London. Let's see how well it does. But because it's a sports, even if I didn't like him, I know Constantine Dante would have loved him to do well, but because would like him to do well, but because he's now Tottenham's coach, he doesn't want him to do well. So keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 62 likes. And remember, we're shooting for 300 likes, so we should be doing better than that. I appreciate all your support. We move on from that one. Anybody here want to say anything with regards to the Mount situation? Anybody on the panel?
Manchester United, just pay, please. Pay the money.
I have nothing to say. Hey, coach, let me just be 2 seconds. Let me join. I'll be 5 minutes. I'm just dealing with.
All right, no problem, bro.
Quickly. I'm still listening in, though. I'm here.
All right, no problem, brother. I appreciate you so much. And let me ask you this, Tavejo. Are you one of those complaining why we should just take the money?
No, I'm not complaining. All I'm saying is, if him and the club doesn't reach an agreement to sign a new contract, sell him. I'm so tired of losing players on free. While we could have at least make money out of it, just like Jorginho. We knew Jorginho's contract was ending, but we sold him for, I think it was 13 million. So that at least we got something.
Yeah, but we had to. Or else he lives as a free agent.
Yes. So if Man and the
Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yes, and so if Man and the club doesn't reach an agreement, just sell him and let him go, please, and then move on.
Yeah, but here's what I wanted to explain. The transfer window is still a long way to go, so we shouldn't be in a rush to let him go. Because if we do the first one, then subsequent potential buyers will always, just come with something and something very low. So yeah, but the fact that what we want to sell doesn't mean if somebody comes with a penny, we'll take it and say, okay, take him and ask them, you want one extra? I mean, we can pay a little more. You think it's just buy one, get one free. But go ahead. You were saying something.
But again, remember the financial fair play cycle ends at this month end. So we need to sell players in order to balance our book so that on the 1st of April, we start a new sheet. So
a new fiscal year.
Yes, so I'm saying this, just selling. But again, if Dragon Rise worth 120, Mason Mount worth 85, I don't care.
Thank you so much for that, Kashan. I don't know if we have anything to say. If not, I'm going to move on to the next topic. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along. We're at 63 likes. We're shooting for 300 likes. So let's get the likes up. And remember, the evening show starts today. I will be there probably because we only one panelist that are on camera for the evening show. So it may well be just I and Louisa and anyone else that's on camera. and we'll also give the fans a chance to come on and express themselves if they are able to be on camera, if that makes sense. So we're going to move on from that one yet right now and go to the next topic. So keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We are at 63 likes, and we're shooting for 200 likes. There you go. Let's see what else we have in the chat. Anything new in the chat here? And apologies for not using. No, you don't have to. I was just kidding. No, you don't have to. No. I was just kidding. I'm a person who not leave my person. No, I was just kidding. Don't worry about that, bro. I was just kidding. You go listen to the conversation again. You understand I was only kidding. You don't have to. You don't have to. No, you know how we operate here. If we can, we'll have to assign. Again, if we have to be actually treating some people special, then I'll be skipping all comments and be reading only the comments of the members in the chat, if that makes sense. So please don't even think about that. You shouldn't. Okay. Much love to you, Eugene. We respect you, and I love you, brother. Real Madrid feel Kai Havertz is too expensive, and this is the problem. Carlo and Real want him, but they feel 60 million plus add-on is too much. It's not advancing, and it's complicated. And I like it. Here's the thing: even if you feel like Chelsea should sell him, we shouldn't just because Real Madrid wants him and they come to us and say they just want to pay 45 million euros and sell him. 60 million euros. That's actually not. You can say no longer, barely close to half of what we paid for him. Whether you want him to stay or not, we shouldn't let people bend us over because we want to sell. So Tabeho, what do you make of the Kai Havertz situation? And there are conflicting rumors. Some people are saying that Pochettino has blocked the move of Kai Havertz to Real Madrid. Some are saying that Kai Havertz has told the club that he wants to leave. I don't believe all those nonsense. I get it. I think the rumor that Real Madrid wants him is, I think it's true. Do we want to sell? We're actually not too. You can say we're not too serious about selling him, or maybe even if we want to sell, we don't want to sell him for a penny. But you go ahead.
Yeah, all I know in terms of Kai Havertz, the club want to offer him a new contract. But again, coach, as you said, on Kai Havertz, I think he still have two years left on his contract. So we don't need to force to sell him. We are not under pressure. If any team want him, they should pay the asking fee. That's it. And then, to be honest, let's be honest. I know Kai Havertz having fulfilled his price tag, but again, I never seen him used as a number 10 where he plays at Germany. At Chelsea under Lampard was played as a first 9, sometimes as a number 8, as a winger, even under Thomas Tuchel as a first 9, many positions. So if Pochettino maybe, like say, for example, he plays a 4-2-3-1 and then he plays Kai Havertz as a number 10, he do well. It's a win-win situation for us. So I feel like for Kai Havertz, he didn't fulfill this potential because we used him in so many positions and then he couldn't adapt. So, but again, if Madrid want him, they should pay the asking fee. That's it. No more excuses. Just walk away if you don't pay the money.
Yeah, we shouldn't sell him for cheap just because even if we want to sell him. Here's the thing. He has 2 years left on his contract. We shouldn't be in a rush to sell him, if that makes sense. Even if it stays, if we get a striker, that means even if you don't like him, his role reduces. But it's risky to just sell these players for pennies because we want to sell them. I wouldn't want that to happen. Eugene, you shouldn't talk like that again. Go listen to what I said, if you don't mind. Kai has been linked with a move to Arsenal. I think that one, there's a chance. I'm not sure. I think. Sorry?
I'm not sure too.
I'm not sure, given who that report is coming from. And you said something on Twitter to the effect of, also, you're a journalist now, or something to that effect. Here's the thing. I don't believe that. And they know if they want to help us, beef up, start a bidding war, fine. I don't think we should sell him to Arsenal, whether you like him or not. Kai has been linked with Arsenal. I don't believe that, really. Undertaker CFC, nice to see you. It's been a while. Sell him, okay, but that doesn't mean we should take 10 pounds and sell him. Agent J5 completed his mission. Code name Bottle Job, and is leaving summer apparently. So the deal was worth the 12 million. I think it was worth with a risk. As much as I wanted him to stay, because I thought had they said that we would have been better off, but it's a business decision. Had they said he would have left the club a free agent. So yeah, he completed his job. But thank you for saying that. Let's take it and run. I'm not into let's take it and run. I want us to still get money again. Any players, how much we value a player, and not just sell for the sake of it. It's a risk. But Santiago Muno, nice to see you. It's disheartening to witness a handful of Chelsea fans constantly finding reasons to criticize Pochettino. That's them. I've moved on. Here's the thing: I didn't even critique him one bit. My only concern was whether he's adopted. Because I hate it when managers you can say, play a very high line and have them find a way, you can say, to ensure that counterattacks don't work against them. I think I took my time to realize I think he's improved, actually. But let's see what happens. We move on to these. Tony Tiger says, how many seasons do you think Reece James and Enzo will hang around without a Champions League? I think, I don't know. There's no talent, and I don't want to think that far ahead. First of all, let's do well in the coming season. I think if we're strategic in the market, then the season after the coming season, I think we'll have Champions League football. It's as simple as that. But that's just me. It happens. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along with 69 likes. Remember, if we're shooting for 300 likes, then we should be at 150 likes right now. And not just 69 likes. So please, even if you're watching and you're not able to participate in the chat for one reason or the other, please take a second, drop a like on the stream for us, and nobody will even know you did that. Keshan, you have anything to say with the case of Hazard? I know you don't like him. You don't think it's good enough. Let me know yours time. Like, you don't think it's good enough for Chelsea. Do you think we should just take how much they're offering us and run?
No, you still have to negotiate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, and Real Madrid got the funds, so yeah, try and get 60 for him, and if that don't work, take 55. But get rid of it.
Yeah, it's negotiations. If we feel like 55 is okay, then take it, but don't just give it to them because they want him. I wouldn't do that. We move on to this topic here. Moises Caicedo has not agreed personal terms with any club. Yeah, that's fine. He's considering options, and Chelsea are 100% in the race, while Arsenal's interests remain alongside that of Manchester United. So I'm not sure. Arsenal are the favorite to sign Declan Rice. The question is, are they signing Caicedo as a box-to-box midfielder, or they're signing him to fulfill the GM role for them? I'm not too sure. Chelsea is convinced he's perfect of their ideas. I heard from sources that the price will be 70 to 80 million pounds, not 100 million pounds, because of a pact between Caicedo and the Zerbi Smart guy. So the new contract, he agreed to remain with them for the remainder of the season, but they're going to let him go for a certain amount if clubs come in. So smart, he played it smart with them. He wants a new opportunity, and Chelsea is leading the race. So I don't get the part of him considering options, because once he gets to the talk turns to considering options, I get concerned because all the options available to him, they offer Champions League football, and we just cannot. But your thoughts on this one, Tobeho?
Yeah, to be honest, his new agency done well for Brighton in order to accept Brighton's offer when they extended the contract, in order to make money for both parties. Even for Caicedo, it's going to earn a lot of money, because, as you said before, he just signed a new contract recently, and he won't come cheap. Just like situation with Wesley Fofana. Remember the time Chelsea wanted him, he signed already a new contract. So clearly it wasn't gonna come cheap. And coach, I'm gonna touch on Manolo Gatti before Casado. I feel like Manolo Gatti situation was a optimistic transfer because it was available for 60 million euros, and then maybe we saw an opportunity to sign him, but again, PSG came hard and then we pull out. Nothing wrong with that. But with Moses Caicedo, Fabrizio Romano always say Chelsea are watching Caicedo. Hopefully this time we sign him, because we'll be so wasteful to have Enzo Fernandez without a defensive midfielder next to him. So hopefully this time we sign him. And I don't want to give them a Colwell. This team done dirty on us. Let Chelsea don't accept anything with Colwell. Just give us Caicedo. We give you $80. That's it. No, we don't know if it's for Colwell. This team, coach, you know it. They done dirty on us.
Mm-hmm. You don't think? Yeah, they've done us dirty severally, and you don't think at any time that will be desperate to get Caicedo that will say, "Let's talk. You want Colwell? Let's talk." I think that may well happen. And I think the club could look at all that has happened around Levi Colwell and say it doesn't look like this kid really wants to come back. And he hasn't put together for a new contract. Yeah, go ahead.
But if we let go of Colwell, that means if, for example, let's say we sell Koulibaly, we need to buy another centre back. And then I don't think in this market we need to buy any defender. In the defensive position, we are covered. We just need at least 2 midfielders, an attacker, and a goalkeeper. So, and then we are being linked with this kid, Lavia. I don't mind signing Lavia if we sign him with Caicedo or we sign him with a better DM, because I feel like Lavia is still young. He needs to learn. We can't depend on him a lot while he's still young, 19-year-old. So it's a bit risky.
Yeah, yes. Then Lavia, here's where it's a risk. No, you just explain that he's too young. Plus, to me, he's more of a box-to-box midfielder on 8 than he is a DM. If we're really looking at the DM, he's not that guy. Maybe if we're looking for him to join us and play, help us fulfill all the roles, maybe. How many seasons? I've answered that one to the best of my knowledge and what I think will happen. Good luck trying to get Caicedo if we're lowballing his wage. Yeah, that's another factor. Tabel. If you're still there, we don't pay well anymore. You can say our new wage construct is incentivized. You win this, win that. Some players may not like that. But you go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with you. Some players may not like that, but again, every contract or most of the contracts have bonuses. For example, if Caicedo comes in and then we qualify for the Champions League, his salary will increase. And the following season, if we stay in the Champions League and we do better, his salary will increase too. So I think there's a win-win situation for us, because we recently we've been overpaying players and they've done nothing for us. So I think the club is trying to reduce that gap in order to balance every situation. Because, for example, we had let's say Derrick at Chelsea and 200k. It doesn't do anything. So you see the situation with us. We're overpaying for player, but it's done nothing for us. So overall, I think the club are trying to be careful in terms of paying players a lot of money. And I agree with them. Some people don't agree with it. It's fine, but with me,
no, I agree with them. But if we're being smart and pay attention to that approach, we will learn that it will take a long while before we start competing effectively again. But go ahead with what you were saying.
Yeah, I'm done. As I said, like I agree with the club, because man, we've been wasting money overpaying players, so I don't need that anymore.
Yeah, I don't. I think I've made that excuse me. I've made that argument before. We need to. We seriously. Again, it has to end one way or the other. Otherwise, we'll be known as a cash cow of the world of football. Where once any club sees us, they just ask for premium price or for even their worst player, if that makes sense. So I agree with you. The salary will be an issue. Lost out on Ugarte because of that very reason. I think that's. I'm not too sure why. I can't say for sure specifically why we lost out on Ugarte. Trying my best to not hate on the owners, but they were being very stingy with their wage offer. All player on player, they were willing to spend 60 million euros on. Rumors say that actually PSG are offering less than what we're offering Ugarte. But maybe the difference is that our offer is incentivized. If that makes sense. I'm gonna move on from that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way, and also please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. To go when you get a chance to share the link to your channel so people can go check it out. I appreciate that. Premier League 22 to 23, 24 season fixtures will be published next Thursday. Which first game do you want to see? Chelsea versus Tottenham. That'd be interesting. That'd be interesting. But we still have another the 22-23 season review. We haven't done that. It's scheduled. You could say rescheduled 10 million times already. Prayers for Chelsea to get both Casado, Romeo Lavia, and one goalkeeper. Hopefully, we're able to do that. Rumors are that we want all those players that you just mentioned. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along. Well, please, we need Onana. I think we're serious. Onana FC. Rumors are that we're serious about getting Andre Onana. Rumors. I think we have a talk scheduled with Inter Milan today. We need him. We're also Mayam. We're looking at Mayam. Is that how you pronounce his last name? You wanted to say something to Beho?
He won't come cheap because they want 60 million for him.
But we're offering. The rumors are. The rumors are that we're offering Mendy in return. Did you hear something to that effect? I think I read something to that effect. Yeah.
Yes, I read that yesterday also. But let's see this team, Inter Milan. Man, I don't want to do business with that team anymore. How can you sell us a player with 100 million and the following season you get him on loan for 8 million? That's criminal.
And we're still paying part of his salary.
Exactly.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. But Lukaku didn't help us either. Him saying openly that he doesn't want to come back to Chelsea doesn't help. I think it compounds, our stance. Maybe makes it difficult for us to get anything from him, selling him, or even loaning him out. He's not a nice guy, and I don't think Chelsea fans will ever forgive him. Let's see what else we have here. Let's see. You want Everton for the start of the season? Why is that? I will take Emi Martinez over Onana if we're serious to win FA or Carabao Cup. Martinez, he has that, you could say, that attitude you would want in a Chelsea player. But let's see what happens. Eugene just having a conversation there. Casado ain't coming. This guy entered at all. Wow. Badiashile will not be starting the season. Koulibaly may not improve. And Thiago, as good as he is 39 years old. We need Levi Colwell. But here's the thing. I get it. Whoever you need, it's fine by me. But we need a mix of experience and the youth. If we can have too many young players, especially in the back line, no leadership, I think we'd struggle badly. And if you paid attention to the last few games we played, before, you can say before the season end, and that you realize, the last two games where Koulibaly or what's his name, or Silva wasn't on the pitch. You see how symbolic our defending was. The players struggled quite a lot. So that shows you we need experienced players to still be part of the back line, to lead the back line. UEFA Champions League is the best way to extend fan days. Yeah, it's not a domestic competition. It's a European competition. So yeah, that makes sense. Thank you so much. Kante is with problems of injury. So let's go. If that's how you see it, I'm not going to even talk about his injury now because I have my argument with regards to that. Magic Mike from AC Milan should be the goalkeeper. Mike Mayer. I don't think they'd let him go. I get it. You could say there is some measure of, you could say, dissent from the AC Milan players, but they're gonna move on. It happens. It managers lose their jobs all the time. Thank you so much, Leo, for joining the show. I appreciate you. You're a Chelsea fan. That's all I can make of that. I'm not. Maybe you're typing in another language, but welcome to the channel, and please be sure to subscribe and welcome all this to the show. For Pochettino to win silverware, it's more accepted. Okay, if he ends up in top 4, fans will say he didn't win. Let him win a small cup, and then we can go for a big thing later. If big one comes first, I take it, but I understand where you're coming from. So people keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way, and please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and share the link to the show on whatever social media platform where you have presence, so that more people can come join us. This is a question here, Coach. Do you think we will get top 6 with these young stars if Mount Havertz leaves? I think that the direction where we're going next season will not become better than this season, because only from Enzo. His thing, I think, would be fine, but first things first. To be okay in the coming season, we have to be strategic in the market. We have to take the time and look at the squad and say, okay, here are the areas we have issues, and here are the sort of players we should sign to make the squad better. Not just going to the market and just sign players for the sake of it, or because of big name players. Big up to you too, my bro, Chelsea all the way. Always nice to see you. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. All these kids are not ready to carry a big club. That's why we need experience. And you can ask Eugene, he will tell you more of that. We need experience to beef it up. Sign ready battle players. Tired of all this prospect. Yep, we need to mix it up. We need balance is key, they say. We need a mix of experience and the youth to be able to win. If we focus on just signing young players, you could say with experience, a sort of it would actually bottle chances when we get them next season, which you could argue was Arsenal's biggest issue is lack of experience in depth. They have depth, but they're all youth. They had the spirit. They had you could say motivation. They had dedication, but they didn't have experience in depth. That's you could say that was one of the biggest reasons why they bottled the league. That's how I see it. Mount problem. Selfish. We don't want the player like this. A player like that. Here's the thing. I don't think we have the right to say a player is selfish. Why do I say that? It's their job. They know they know what they feel like. If you're talking about how much that's been rumored that he's asking, he's the one doing the job, and he knows how much he feels like his worth. It's as simple as that. I'm not into. I don't like blaming players for asking certain amount as their weekly wages. So it just doesn't make sense to argue about that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Just give me, I want to say something here. Just quickly. Okay, what else do we have? Brighton 117 million for Moises Caicedo. Get him and keep Colwell. Listen, I think Brighton, if the moment we show how serious we are with regards to signing Moises Caicedo, they take advantage of that and tell us, yeah, we want Levi Colwell too, if that makes sense. So really, it's not going to be that easy. Getting Caicedo and not selling Levi Colwell to them, it's not going to be that simple, if that makes sense. Let's see. Depends where the young players are coming from and how he's good. If you let's say sign a Vardy, you get a experienced player. Yep, the age doesn't really reflect experience. A young player you can see a player at the age of 21 that have played so many games and still be more experienced than an older player, if that makes sense. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes will go a long way. How many likes do we have now? 75 likes, 25 more to get it to 100. Let's make it work, people. Anything else we have lined up here? We have this topic here. This one, this is pretty much a more, you can say, a more, Mateo Kovacic is confirming that he will leave Chelsea. He was interviewed and he says, I have one more year left with Chelsea. The season was very bad. Everything is going towards the fact that after 5 good years, I will change clubs. But in football, anything can happen. At the moment, I am only focused on Croatia and the League of Nations. Yeah, he practically saying that, yeah, he's ready to leave the club, or saying it's open to interpretation. But for me, it's either of these two things. He wants to move on from Chelsea, or you could say he's. I'm not sure. You could say it's him saying, yeah, I want to leave. You don't know, but I don't know. How do you interpret this, Tavejo?
Yeah, it's unclear about the situation, but again, this journalists, they gotta ask these such questions on the press conference. It's normal. So, but again, you are hearing the rumor that Manchester City are on the poll to get him, and then if that's it, let them pay and move on, because I don't think Chelsea will offer him a new contract at the moment. So get the money.
He probably knows he can get a better pay elsewhere. So why stay?
Yeah, exactly. So get the money, Chelsea, and run away, please.
Yeah, but it's still too early. I wouldn't say getting a runaway. They've opened. I think the rumors are. Have they started? Have they contacted Chelsea? I think what I can recall, I saw out there something to the effect of they've already started negotiating with his camp. I'm not sure about if they've made contact with Chelsea. I don't remember reading anything to that effect. But that's fine. Anyway, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. And also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. 76 likes, 24 more to get it to 100. Let's try and make it happen, people. Thank you so much for all your support. Reports of Chelsea want Rice and Caicedo. I wouldn't believe the Rice rumors. We've been linked with a move for Declan Rice for 10 million years right now, and it hasn't really happened. So I wouldn't hold my breath on that. Noah is asking, let's see what happens. Pachilla, if Chelsea pay the 17 million asking price for to Brighton, because we want Caicedo, they have no right to ask for Caicedo. To ask for you mean Cowell. Am I mixing things up there? But here's the thing. I'd say that's you. If they sense we're desperate, that we really want Caicedo, they may well push for that. But let's see. I think that will reduce the price. But I get where you're coming from. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 77 likes, 23 more to get it to 100. Let's make it happen. And if you're watching and you haven't liked the video, please do that, as it does go a long way for the community. And also subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I don't know why, and that's from Aja Oyedekachi, $1 and always nice to see you. He says, I don't know why all the clubs outside England are not bidding for Mount in order to have bidding what we need to make more money from him. Good work, coach. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm not going to answer that question. If I answer it, given what comes to mind, a lot of people are not going to like that. But go ahead.
Yeah, in terms of the bidding, remember, other leagues at the moment, they don't have a lot of money because of the financial fair play in their leagues. So only maybe, let's say, in England, maybe we can have a bidding but it seems like Liverpool are moving in the different direction, and then you know they don't overspend that much unless if it's a necessity. So it's only Manchester United or one team, but again, we should be careful on this. If, for example, maybe our price tag on Mason Mount is 80 or 85, and then they offer 70, we just let it go, man. Because at the end of the day, the Manchester United must say, look, you can stay there for free, and you can stay there, and we'll get it for free. That means we lost a lot of money for him. So we should be careful on this man situation.
Yeah, we should be careful. It's a risk. Because players, for instance, sometimes this how you treat them. They can decide. Okay, you know what? Not be in a rush, and then I don't know, because it's a risk. But I that doesn't mean we should be in a rush. To accept whatever Manchester United offers. If they offer something, if they start low balling us, we shouldn't be in a rush to let him go. It's negotiations are involved. We should try to get as much as we can from the sale of Mason Mount. But let's see what the club does. I think they end up paying us more than their initial offer. They haven't offered anything yet. It's just a rumors suggesting they're not willing to pay more than 55 million pounds. But let's wait and see the initial offer. As Fabrizio Romano, he's reported that they're preparing their initial bid. We'll see how much they're willing to pay. So, given the fact, ask 95 million, no much back foot break of football. Okay, I'm not sure I understand that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We need just 20 more likes to get it to 100. Let's make it happen. And Glenn, because an OG here, I'm gonna get your N'Golo Kante tribute. I'll read it. I've read a lot from a lot of people. So if you have N'Golo Kante tribute, bring it up. Big up Coach Panel and Chat. They are all trying to lowball us, and we knew that was going to happen. It was clear to a lot of clubs that we have to sell a lot of players to balance the books and probably to be able to afford the players we want to sign once the transfer during the coming transfer window. So yeah, it only makes sense that is happening. Brighton for Levi and Real Madrid for Kai Havertz. Glenn, thank you so much for joining. Glenn 10. I like your new name. And taking the time to design a logo for it shows you really like it. That will actually make a good name for a YouTube channel. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. If you haven't, the likes. And also subscribe to the channel if you haven't. 19 more likes to get it to 100. And thank you. It looks like we're going to get to 12,000 subscribers soon. We're at 11,330, and it's moving really fast. So I'm confident we get to 12,000 subscribers in a few days. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. And please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. What else do we have here? Chelsea Hardaway covers this for 35 million, 55 million. Mount 15 million. Gallagher, I don't think we say Gallagher for 15 million. Okay, Ruben Loftus-Cheek 15 million. Gallagher 35 million is equal to 140 million. Casado 17 million. Paulinha 40 million. Lavia 40 million. Then 150 million in total. 10 million plus Pulisic, Ampadicho, Mendy, Kepa, Havertz. I can bring more money. You always take your time to do that calculation. I don't think I have such time.
But again, Coach, how can we sign Moses Caicedo, Palhino, and Lavia in the same window? For example, I know they're different players, but again, how can we buy three of them while we still have Andre Santos, who Chelsea doesn't want to loan him? They want to use him and check him. How can he progress? So that's why maybe we are looking for two midfielders. But buying three, what Andre Santos will think about that. Also, we still have this kid. I'm not sure is gonna give him the time. Casade from Inter Milan that we signed in the summer. So I don't think we need to buy many midfielders because all we know Pochettino is good on developing this kid. He can change his mind, buy one midfielder, and then if two possibly, and then we develop this kid because we don't have to overspend. It's unnecessary. Three midfielders. Man, Chelsea all the way. I'm gonna fight with you. Don't worry.
He has the thing. It is his opinion. I don't think we'll be signing the three of them. It's as simple as that. We have other areas of priority too. We need a striker. You can say we need a central attacking midfielder. Like N'Golo Kante, he likes N'Golo Kante's smile. Words cannot describe the guy. The greatest of all the midfield. Of the midfield. Yep, a legend of our club and all around a lovely guy. I wish him nothing but the best, and I'm not mad that he's he's leaving us. I want him to go get the money, really. Brighton were preparing a bid in excess of 40 million for Kowa, so we are in the driving seat for Casado. Player plus cash should seal the deal. Arsenal can take their 300k per week and stick it. Yeah, here's the thing. The truth remains, I think the player has a say with regards to where he ends up. And I think that's one of the biggest factors, actually. That's what I think. I'm not an expert with regards how to, the player transfer thing work. Not going to lie, I'd go for Paquita instead of Paulinho. I don't know, Paquita, that much to say. Okay, let me start comparing them. Do you have any preference, Tabejo?
I have what?
Do you have any preference? Somebody's mentioning Paquita. Is he a player you know that well?
To compare him to West Ham.
To compare him to with Paulinho.
His name is what?
Did I pronounce it wrong?
It's
Paquita.
Paqueta.
Oh, Paqueta. No.
Paqueta is how you pronounce it?
Yes, Paqueta. I know the player, okay. But no. Yes, it's a good player, but I'm not impressed how he's playing at West Ham. But at Lyon, he was doing very, very, very well. But at West Ham, so far, I'm not impressed. And then the other thing, coach, what
other players like Bowen actually has outperformed him.
Yes, and another thing, coach, it's like Bruno Fernandes 2.0. Every time he complains to the ref, no, I don't want those such players at Chelsea. Why can't you play your game? If the ref is not having a good game, so be it. Why every time you complain on the referee? So I don't like such players at Chelsea. I'm seeing Bruno Fernandes of Manchester United. Every time he complains on the referee, I don't want that at Chelsea.
Mm-hmm. I think he's just like that. Big up to everyone in the chat. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. 17 more likes to get it to 100. Let's make it happen. I hope Chelsea sign a better chef for the canteen, because them was not cooking good stuff this last season. We see the results on the pitch. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. I think we need Paquita. This I was pronouncing it the wrong way. Good morning, coach, and everyone. Just when you think Saudi oil money can buy anything, it got defeated by the Apple Tech money to land Messi in Miami. That real new tech vision, should I call it a visual tech or vision tech? I'm not sure what to call it. It looks cool. I haven't done my research on that, but that's hilarious. Really, I get it. Apple has money, and maybe they pay him more. I'm not sure. Are they the sponsor of Inter Miami?
They're the sponsor of the MLS.
Oh, overall. Okay.
I think he has like a stake in Apple, a part of the deal or something like that.
Messi.
Yeah.
And that would be, if that's the case, then it's forever.
And when his contract is done, I'm pretty sure he's gonna have like part ownership of Inter Miami.
Yeah. So it's more. You can say it's more of a. You can say. It makes more sense than getting quite a lot of them, but it's not invested anywhere. But this one, you're coming in, plus you still earn money, plus also you be part owner of a big company such as Apple and all that. I think it makes sense. No wonder why he took it, but he's a smart guy. But I like this one from my bro. A lot of people mess up. Nice to see you, bro. Thank you so much for always coming to. I think Paquita is lazy. He can be better too. Okay. It's pronounced Paquita. Okay. Paquita. Okay. Thank you for that correction, brother. I appreciate that. Midfield is the most important area of the pitch. If you're not well equipped there, then forget Tabejo. If you are losing cover, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Mount Gallagher, that 4.3 again isn't too much to replace for. It's not too much, but the prices of the players will end up being the problem there. So we'll see a mix of signing big name players, and then sometimes maybe you can say integrate the youth players into the team. That's what I think will happen. But let's see. I want to see him here. I need also to challenge for clubs. I don't know if it's coming. I'm not sure who's the club's preference, him or what's his name. We're also interested in Højbjerg, the Atalanta kid. He plays. How do you pronounce his name again? The one that plays like Haaland. He plays for Atalanta, right? Rasmus. Rumors are that we're looking at him, but some outlets are reporting that Mauricio Pochettino's preference is Lautaro Martinez. Some are saying it's Dusan Vlahovic. Some are saying that the club really wants to sign Victor Osimhen. So nobody knows. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. How many before we get it to 100? 16 more. Let's make it happen. They're giving him a stake in Apotec. Wow. Now I know why he rejected the Saudi money. That's cute. He's invested in the future. Hope you're good. Let's see. Just having a conversation there. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. 14 more likes to get it to 100. Let's make it happen. How does Apple sponsor the MLS, but too cheap to include a charger with their product?
They want you to pay
they're still
more.
selling the charger separately, so it's still money. So I think Apple is into selling quite a lot of stuff separately.
So next time you buy a charger, just remember Messi's getting a little cut.
Yeah. So he's a smart guy, actually. He's smarter than I actually thought, because I still couldn't figure out how he forfeited such an amount of money to join the MLS. So good deal.
Yeah,
good
I
deal.
been wanting to go to Miami for a while.
Yeah, and another thing, Coach, Messi on his interview yesterday, he said he doesn't. Is not going to MLS for money, but you can see this is for money. Everything is for money.
What the heck?
Yeah.
It is.
I'd rather live in Miami than Saudi Arabia any day.
Keshawn, you were saying something.
I said I'd rather live in Miami than Saudi Arabia any day.
Well, you haven't seen. It depends on the options you have on the table for you.
And plus, there's like a big Argentinian culture in Miami as well.
Oh, okay. I see.
And I think his teammate, Higuain, I think he lives out in Miami. Well, his former teammate, Gonzalo Higuain.
But more importantly, I'd say the Apple deal. It's some deal I will not reject. It's a deal that's actually, you could argue, is futuristic.
Coach, they offer him the only part of this deal. They offered him a chance to own his franchise in the near future. That's a better deal, also.
That's a better deal, and it's also a good deal for the MLS because it's for branding. From a branding perspective, it's an excellent deal for the MLS.
Great.
Messi, oh my, he's a strong brand himself.
People all over the world are gonna have those Inter Miami Messi jerseys.
Yeah, he's loved worldwide. There you go. You have the answer. Wally Wonder says, and also once he retires, he will get part ownership with Beckham for Inter Miami. Wow, I've never seen a deal as good as this. As somebody would say, that's an effing good deal.
That's a real good deal.
It is. Wow. No wonder.
If the MLS,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, because if the MLS reaches different heights, he's gonna get even more money.
Yeah, exactly. Probably there will be a clause that says if this improves, then I get this. But that's an excellent deal for him. The vibe, Coach, my brother. What's the word? Yeah. He always likes me to say that. Trust me, Brighton can sell us Casado and go for Paulinha. Probably they have another player in mind. And that's Azuma Kofi Emmanuel. Nice to see you, Azuma. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for finding time to join the show. And at this point, if you have any question, we have a few topics lined up. If you have any question for the panelists, drop it there. If I can answer your question, I will throw it at the other panelists here. Messi rocking up to the dressing room with a Samsung just to rub it in. I think probably with such a huge deal, they probably tell him the phone you're going to be using will be an Apple phone. They cannot see that happening. But let's see what happens. They probably have such a clause saying this is the phone you'll be using. I don't think our scouting department are doing enough in discovering players with cheap price who can fit in immediately. I think they are Agile Edikachi, and remember, we just assembled them. They haven't actually have about 6 months to work or so. I get it. They've owned the club. The new owners have owned the club for about a year plus. but they just assembled the scouting department, and I think they'll do well. Tabelo, you wanted to say something?
I think our fans should accept that our owners, and then Bolo said it publicly, they want to buy young talent and to develop them, to make them better players in order to challenge. And then
it will be set for a while. Go ahead.
Yes, it's gonna be a set for us. We won't do well like for instantly, but again, in the near future, it might benefit us. We don't know. So I think our fans should accept that our new owners want to do that. Yes, we don't like it. We want experienced players also, but again, it's not up to us. It's not our money. It's their vision. So I think we should be aligned with their vision. And also, Aja, if you want to know the players that Chelsea scouting, follow me at Twitter. I'm gonna link you with someone who's have a good information about Chelsea, which players Chelsea are scouting. So it's very good on that. I think you know him, Coach. Hi, Them. I always talk about him on Twitter.
Yeah. And go. You can find Tabejo's Twitter link in the description of this particular stream, and also his YouTube link. Go follow him. Follow him on Twitter. He's into transfers. He's one of our biggest sources here. I trust him. He's my bro. Yeah, much love to him, and I appreciate much respect to him too. I've explained to you, and a lot of people must say he also said he felt Miami will be a better place for his children to attend school. He wants to spend time with them, according to him. Okay, that's a good one there. Do you live in Miami? A lot of people. I don't like Florida for a reason I don't want to talk about here. Can we add Cucurella as part of the deal for Casado, and then we keep Kowal after all Cucu can play left back, and you don't know there's a chance Pochettino likes Cucurella. We don't know,
man. Yeah. I'll give them Chalobah. We'll see how much he'll take.
Exactly, we can give him Chalobah.
And Cucurella is actually a good player. And I'm not going to get into that argument right now. I know a lot of people think.
Coach.
Do I think we overpaid for him? Yes, we overpaid for him. Go ahead with what you were saying, bro.
I don't want anything to do with selling Cucurella, because Cucurella is a fine player. That's why
people don't think so.
Pep Guardiola wanted him at Man City, but unfortunately they pulled out because they thought the asking price was a lot for them. But if you can look at into our players in the current season that we just finished 12th, a lot of players are good players, but again, we've been so poor, and we can't see their potential or their abilities because we've been so poor, and then the confidence is low. But as soon as we get a Pochettino try to find out what is wrong with the team and deal them very well, our fans are gonna love Cucurella. And then we know Ben Chilwell won't finish the whole season because of his injuries. So Cucurella eventually will get his time. So don't worry. I don't want Chelsea to sell Cucurella. I'll be pleased, Coach.
I don't think Chelsea will sell him. I think if you go look at the numbers, I think a lot of people just don't understand how he plays. Question for everyone. Not sure if it is lined up. I saw less than 150 million for Maddison. Surely that means we ask 60 or more for Mount. His contract isn't helping, but fair enough. I think we're able to get around 60 for Mount, maybe a little less, but anything above that. Ruben said that we're asking for 70. When I saw that, my response was that we're not serious about selling here. But I think we'll get a good enough amount of money from Mount, but not something beyond 70. We'll see. But 60 million for Maddison. You can say not a bad price, but I think I think somebody will still get him for cheap because he would want to leave, if that makes sense. Chelsea made last minute attempt to hijack McAllister. That's last season. New report again. Seems we are moving from embarrassment to embarrassment. No, here's the thing. No. If we don't succeed in signing him, I don't see it as an embarrassment. we don't know the reason why we did not succeed if we tried. If that makes sense. But I get your concern. Guys, I learned our new owners shared a message of hope today. Can you panel say something? We'll read that in a bit. To me, I know some people will hate me. Actually, somebody stopped coming to this channel because I'm not here bashing the owners every day, and they didn't like that. They've made a lot of mistakes, but I choose not to dwell on it. Really, it's not good for my mental health, and it just doesn't make sense. More importantly, I'm sensing that they're learning from their mistakes, and they realize and they accept they made mistake. Hey Siri, who is the true GOAT? Siri, Cristiano Ronaldo. I think Siri will not actually tell you that, but I know. But you can program it with the IFTTT app. If this then that, to say that when you ask him that question. McAllister has been there, and this club did nothing only to try and hijack it. We're not consistent. We don't want every good player. I know that some will start arguing why they will want him. We simply do not want him for a reason I don't know. Pakuta is also number 6, but an 8. So a hybrid of both. Coach, I am a New Yorker. Okay, that's where I live. Okay, bro. Nice to hear that. New York is a good place. I used to live in Jersey and I always travel to New York with my car. And that was when I saw one of Chelsea's games. Chelsea game against Real Madrid was in New York. Wasn't that, or was it that stadium? Isn't that stadium in New York? I don't remember. Watching live from South Africa. Thank you so much, Zuma, Kofi Emmanuel. Thank you for joining the show. And I'm sure you already subscribed, so thank you for that. I appreciate you. Welcome. Feel at home. Express yourself. Just keep it civil. I appreciate you. Kukureya and Chiwal, meet in your opinion. Chimera. We need to see that from you. It's not a mistake for them. It's part of our review with new type of contracts, with new plan and all that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. What else do we have here? Let's talk about Ruben Loftus-Cheek move to AC Milan has been put on hold after, you can say, what's been going on. There are lots of firing. I don't know if anybody has anything to say to that. But good news is that Inter Milan are interested, and they will schedule another round of talks with them. Hopefully we'll find a solution because otherwise he's going to leave as a free agent, except if he signs a new contract. Yeah, go ahead.
Even Lazio want Ruben Loftus-Cheek if they sell.
Is Sarri still the coach of Lazio?
Yes.
Okay, good for him. Go ahead.
Yes, and they want him if they sell Milinkovic-Savic because his price tag at the moment just went down. And then, to be honest, if Chelsea went for him, but again, now he's 29 years old, I'm not sure Chelsea will buy a player of that age, but Milinkovic-Savic, what a fine player. What a fine player.
Rumors were that we wanted him. It turns out we're not serious.
Yeah, so even Lazio want Ruben Loftus-Cheek. So let's see. It's still early, guys. So I think our fans need to chill. We don't need to panic. We can judge the board after the transfer window. But things that you are seeing on the Twitter everywhere, oh man, it's so annoying. At the same time, I laugh.
Yeah, I want him to leave. I want him to leave to get a chance to play on that, especially if he goes to Lazio, I'd prefer that because Sarri knows him quite well, and he had his best form for Chelsea under Mauricio Sarri. He's a fine player. He has to be one of the most technically gifted players to have come through the Chelsea academy, but he's been quite unlucky. I'd also like to add to this the fact that he's a victim of his own versatility. That's the reason why he's played in virtually every position except between the sticks. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 89 likes, 11 more to get it to 100. Let's make it happen. Thank you for saying that, Eugene. Chelsea all the way. I don't think we're cost. 12th place is just consequence, of whatever that has happened. Eugene, you speak so maturely. I like it, except sometimes when you get pissed off, you start coming at everybody. Lazio also interested in him. I hope he goes to Lazio. I prefer him to go to Lazio because Sarri likes him. Sarri wants him. I think, let me see. I think there's an update here. Quickly, let me see if there's something we should be looking at. Just quickly keep dropping the likes on the stream. People, the likes do go a long way. I appreciate all your support. This says Inter Milan will hold talks with Chelsea after the Champions League final to discuss the future of Romelu Lukaku, with the Belgium set to return to Stamford Bridge later this month. I've said this before. I don't know if you feel the same. Before they got to the Champions League final, they were literally shaming him in public, calling him fat. And then they made it to the Champions League final, and he's come off the bench on occasions during their Champions League matches and has been effective for them. So I think they just changed their tone because they want him to be in the right mindset, against Manchester City. Then they really don't. They didn't sound like they want him. Maybe if they end up winning him, they decide to keep him. But they've done us dirty, really, in so many ways. But that's right. Where we move on. This says Saji again too old for us. Too old for us. Okay. Let's see. True. The owners, it can improve after a disappointment and disastrous season. What still see is people who are. I think you missed. Who are reactive. Yeah. Here's the thing: the owners will improve, and I'd rather keep an owner that have made mistakes. Because they didn't become billionaires by being dumb. They will learn from their mistakes, and they've admitted that they've made mistakes. And I don't see how you spend $3 billion plus to buy a club and then plan on running the club into a gutter. How they spent showed they mean well, but probably did it the wrong way. But a lot of people have actually, a lot of people have refused to move on from the fact that they made a mistake. Everything leads back to them. But if you were really paying attention, you can blame the government. You can blame a whole lot of stuff. But we just move on from that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go a long way. 89 likes, 11 more to get it to 100. Please, let's get it up to 100 likes at least. I appreciate that. I get it. Even after the show, a lot of people still watch and help us beef up the like count. That does go a long way. Yeah, and a lot of people mess up quickly. If you're still in the chat, I want to ask you this: are you going to be at any of the games? Let me know. Maybe we'll meet, or maybe we can arrange so you can help us get our pre-game warm-ups and all that. Go ahead.
And coach, I don't think our fans should accept. At the end of the day, Chelsea is their own business in terms of our owners. Whether they get involved or not, it's not up to us. For example, we couldn't get Enzo Fernandez in the line until Bali was pushing. We don't know what he did there. But at the end of the day, we got Enzo Fernandez. And also, the time we got Mudryk in 2 days to Chelsea. Bali traveled there with Stingley at was intake there. They were having a pre-season there. He went there in Turkey. They got Mudryk.
Yeah, I agree with you. I do. Yeah.
Yes. At the end of the day, this is their business. We can complain and say everything. Remember, Roman Abramovich got Fernando Torres for us. The coach didn't ask for Torres, but Roman Abramovich insists that I want Torres at Chelsea. He got him. Same as Lukaku. We had rumors that the owners wanted Lukaku. The owner wanted Lukaku, not Thomas Tuchel. So this blaming game, sometimes you need to accept the situation that at the end of the day, this is their business. We can't do nothing about that.
Yeah, we're just customers. But no matter how you see it. Keep dropping the likes on the scene, people. The likes to go a long way. 10 more likes to get it to 100. Let's make it work. I do bear Lama to Coach. Thank you so much for the content. It ain't easy to devote this much time and effort. You are really appreciate. Thank you. That motivates me. And thank you to all the panelists. Thank you to my bro, a New York guy, Kashawn. Thank you to everyone in the chat because we operate as a unit here. Those in the chat bring up topics, sometimes update us on what's going on in the media, and ask questions that help us learn something. So I do belong to thank you. I appreciate that. It motivates us, the panelists also. I couldn't have done it alone. If it wasn't for the panelists, I don't think we'll be where we are today. But thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yes, question for Tabejo. how many midfielders do you think we need for the entire season, taking injuries and suspensions and the players we're selling? Let me remix that a bit for you into consideration. So, Tebeho, that question is for you. Shoot for it. And before Tebeho speaks, just quickly, breaking news: Arsenal are preparing an improved offer for Moises Caicedo. I think that will compound our situation. The possibility of us getting Moises Caicedo from Brighton. Arsenal has they have Champions League football. We don't. But go ahead, Tebeho.
Coach, to be honest, I'm gonna be honest. Let's say we sell Kovacic, Loftus-Cheek, Kante is already leaving. Conor Gallagher, 4 midfielders. We need is 3. Let's say two defensive midfielders and 1 attacking midfielder. Chelsea all the way. Just name 3 DMs there. Well, in terms of Paulinho, Lavia, and Caicedo, we don't need 3 players who can play a similar role. We need 2 in each position. But again, to be honest, coach, from my side, I'd rather have Caicedo, Lavia, and this kid you've been linked from Celta Vigo, Gabri Veiga. What a player. So that's my answer for you, Chelsea all the way. If you can sell 4, bring 3. If you sell 5, bring 4. But again, it's up to the coach. And coach, before we go, if for example, maybe if Arsenal gonna make an offer for Mrs. Caicedo, maybe they saw the latest update from West Ham saying that Chelsea West Ham want 120 for Rice, and then Chelsea in terms of hijacking the deal, we might hijack for Rice.
Yeah. Yep, I agree with you. I think I don't know what Arsenal, what their priorities are. Some are saying they want Declan Rice. If they want Declan Rice, well, maybe they're signing Caicedo for a different role. If they sign them both, they'd be in a good position next season. Let's see what happens, really. It's better a 1 disaster season than 3 disaster season of transition to reach a final plan. Yep, that's the truth. So they know that this season is going to be again a consequence because we play players market. Yeah, I think I agree with you. Thank you so much for that. So that why no preseason games in Africa? I don't know. Logistics may be, but yeah. But let's see. I think Manchester United have one played in Lagos, Nigeria. I think they do that every now and then, not all the time. But I think logistics makes it more difficult, and plus also preseasons are usually opportunities for the clubs to try to sell. You can say to try to reach out to more fans. Reach out to more. Try to get more sponsorship deals and all that. And Africa doesn't offer that much, unfortunately. Tebeho, I disagree with you. It's their business, but without fans, their business isn't worth it. But I think you both are truthful. But both are very important. But more importantly, first of all, it is someone's business, so they must be cautious how much they spend. If not, they'd be losing money and can get into trouble too. Personally, I would go for Gabri Veiga. I like him. And Samuel Reese. We can get both for price of Caicedo. Rumors are that we want Veiga, but nothing you can say official yet. But we want Veiga even if we end up signing Moises Caicedo, which makes sense. I don't know Veiga too much to say whether he's capable of fulfilling the DM role, then to come to the conclusion as to whether we can get him and forget about Caicedo, but I'm not too sure. I have to look at him even more. West Ham will overprice him anyway, like they do with Declan Rice. So let's see what happens. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. 8 more likes to get it to 100. What else do we have lined up here? Let's talk about Neymar being linked with a move to Chelsea. And the current rumors are suggesting that we've made contact with PSG. It just doesn't make sense. We want to know if they're willing to sell him. Like as I've said before, when the show started, that his wages are astronomical and something that I don't think we can afford at this point. He comes with a lot of baggage himself. Tobeho, what do you make of this rumor? It just keeps coming back. He never goes away.
To be honest with Neymar, without Champions League doesn't make sense because Neymar, I think, is 31 now. So why would he come at this age and without guarantee that Chelsea will qualify for the Champions League or win it anytime soon? Because every player wants to finish his career on the best way. So I don't think Neymar to Chelsea will happen unless there's something crazy happen. But again, to be honest, I don't want Chelsea. I don't want Neymar at Chelsea because recently he have so many injury issues. So why should we pay him a lot of money for a player that will play 10 to 15 games at Chelsea? It's not worth it.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. I think the rumor is absolute nonsense. Has anyone read the full statement from Bolly? I didn't have the patience and time. I said too long. Maybe someone can summarize. It's just them saying, they recognize the season, wasn't what we were all expected. Their still a long-term plan is to make the club successful as it has always been, and all of that. I think we'll take a look at it in a bit. Neymar can come only if he shares a room with Lukaku. And by the way, JC, always nice to see you. Thank you for joining the show. I appreciate that. Coach, if I can banter Toby out the way and Vincent Jensen, ex-boss, just won the league and the cup in Belgium with my local club, Royal Antwerp Football Club. So, you can banter. So, which means Tottenham and it. They are losers all the time. So, I get where you're coming from. Casado is in the DM. If anything, it's box to box, but it's versatile. But you can argue, I think you can say he's capable of fulfilling that role. We may could end up not signing. We may end up not signing a traditional DM. But if you pair Casado with Enzo Fernandez, Casado will end up being the more disciplined of the two players, or more of one of the two players, the one that will be charged to be more defensively minded, while Enzo will have the independence to be more adventurous on the pitch, if that makes sense. Paulinho and Lavia to rotate and compete, then slowly integrate Santos and Casado to the first team. It's a good proposal there. I will be happy if they don't sign Lukaku, then let him go searching for clubs. I think it would not be good for us. Can Chelsea cancel his contract based on his utterances? I don't think so. If we're able to do that, would have done that a long time ago. Actually, Neymar to Chelsea makes sense commercially. Okay. Without Champions League football, not that I want him, but I need an additional revenue stream this season. So, do you think it will happen? Neymar to Chelsea is not. It's not worth it. Looking at where Chelsea is now, we need players who will pick up a fight for the badge. That's what we need. And do I think he's the guy? No, I don't think he's the guy. And do I think he do well in the Premier League? It remains to be seen. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along way. I have purchased my ticket for Chelsea versus Brighton at Philadelphia. Wow. Usually it doesn't take me 15 minutes to get to that. I'm guessing, what's it called? I think the Chase Center. The Philly Stadium, I think you're talking about the Chase Center. I think that's what it's called. Have I ever watched the game there? Have I? I don't remember. One, yeah, I think, wasn't that where the Real Madrid versus Chelsea friendly was played? I don't remember that. But that's, by the way, let's see what happens. I purchased my ticket for Chelsea versus Brighton at Philadelphia. Okay. What about Nicolo Rivera? Do you guys rate him? I don't know him. I thought you were going to say Nicolo Barilla. Said bring him one time. 5 more likes to get it to 100 people. Let's make it happen. Thank you so much for joining the show. We're going to round up by looking at the club statement. This is just, for instance, it's been just over a year since we completed our purchase of Chelsea. It was and remains a privilege for us to be custodians of our wonderful club. 12 months on, we want to take the opportunity to speak directly to all of you, our supporters, as we reflect on the season just gone. It makes sense. We're not going to read everything. But I think they're just letting the fans know that they understand things don't go well, and it doesn't make them happy. They feel our pain. Let's see the first paragraph here. I think I've read that one too. This one here says, "Our promise to you was to make our fans proud. We remain completely committed to the long-term and sustainable success of our club, and fulfilling that promise we made it to you. We know the huge potential we must grow to develop Chelsea FC, and it is a role we take seriously. Everybody working here is relentlessly focusing on driving us forward. I get it; they've made mistakes, but if we're being truthful to ourselves, everything they've done with good intent. Yeah, they've made mistakes, but we have to move on. I've decided to move on. And will the mistakes always come to mind, especially if we continue to struggle? Yes, it will. But I'm not going to, every time come here, host a show, and all I do is banter the new owners. I don't think it makes sense at all. The following paragraph says, clearly, for our men's team, it has been a disappointing season, and there's a lot we can and will do better. That's them again indirectly. They just accepting they made mistake, that they have to do better. Throughout these difficult periods, our fans have supported our players and our team across the country and Europe with unfailing loyalty. We could not be more grateful for your incredible support. The atmosphere at the bridge when we played in Dortmund will live long in our memories, because nobody, a lot of people thought that was it for us after losing the first leg, and it serves as an important reminder of where we want to be. I like that. And then went on to compliment the women's team. Our women's team has celebrated another astonishing season, winning the double with an unprecedented fourth successful women's Super League title and third successful FA Cup. Whereas we just fell short in the Champions League. The team played in front of incredible crowds at Stamford Bridge and demonstrated their quality against the best in your European side. So to me, I'm no need of reading it further down. Let me see if this just this place is good. The success we're aiming for is only possible with our supporters behind us. We are proud of the creation of our fan advisory board, which will meet for the first time over this summer, and we are confident that its new members will ensure you are at the heart of decision making at our club. We will continue to ensure your voices are heard as we look at the future. For now, on behalf of the board and everyone at the club, thank you for your outstanding support. We hope you all have a good summer and look forward to welcoming you back to the bridge in August. Here's the thing, I think we ought to give them a chance. I get it, they've made mistakes, but it's hard to move on from the mistakes and we believe they've made, and we'll all deal with situations differently. For me, I get it, they've made quite a lot of mistakes, but I've decided to move on. Dwelling on it won't change anything. And yes, you've seen signs that they're learning. Offering Mauricio Pochettino a 2+1 contract shows you they learned from offering Mauricio Pochettino a lengthy contract. They've hired footballing people, and I believe they do well. Some of the best, actually, if that makes sense. So keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Just 2 more likes to get it to 100 likes. Let's make it happen before the show rounds off. We can discuss a transfers until the cows come home, but we have no clue what players Pochettino wants. It's as simple as that. All speculations. Chelsea lining up deals for Zingzin, and while we Davies to fight for the #1 spots. Okay, I'm not sure. I'm not going to pretend I know the names you mentioned. I don't know. I have to be honest. What else do we have here? Keep dropping the likes on the stream. Why hasn't the club officially announced Nkunku? I'm not concerned. Fabrizio Romano reiterated his stance. I think it was just yesterday that the deal, Nkunku to Chelsea deal, is signed and sealed. He's put
Coach, let me just say this.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, there is this rule that we can only announce like a players that from foreign leagues from the 1st of July, and then in a domestic league we can announce them from the 14th of June until month end, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe after 1 July, so we don't need to worry about this. We're using Nkunku. Nkunku will be a Chelsea player, and hopefully, those goals he scored for Leipzig, he scored for Chelsea, man.
Yeah, I think he will. Look, that's after missing 4 months. Or how long? I'm not sure how long he missed out, but still scored. He emerged as a top scorer in the Bundesliga. Yeah, I think Nkunku is a Chelsea player. Kuchila, did I hear Arsenal have made a bid for Casado already? I was hearing they were preparing to make a bid. That complicates the situation. So watch Chelsea react now. Let's see what happens. We have the upper hand. If we're serious, I think we can get him. But if he's bent on playing Champions League football immediately after leaving Brighton, then we're in trouble. Coach, look at Neymar's statistics. Even with injuries, remember, he's going to be playing 1 game per week. And if you incentivize his salary, you can see why the board are looking at him. Oh, I was thinking you're trying to be funny, but that makes sense. It does make sense. But let's see. But do you think we're really looking at him? I still don't think we are. Okay, Manchester United in for Mason Mount. Let me see. Okay, that's just they haven't put in a bid yet. I'm just looking at an update. So it makes sense. Yeah, if we incentivize that his salary, you can see why the board wants him. Then it's not going to be an issue. They should stop talking. We want actions, not words. I understand what you mean, but I don't still see us just throwing money at players anymore. Lincoln Buckmeyer, okay. Nice to see you. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Are we at 100 likes already? Need just 1 more like to get it to 100. Let's make it happen, people. Much love. I appreciate you all. It's good. The board have seen the fans' loyalty. Have seen the fans' loyalty regardless. Now is the time to pay us back with good management. I think they will. It's going to be rough a bit more rough, you can say, before things get to normal. But I'm confident about the future. And I've always said that. And the club's immediate future has always been my concern. The long-term future, I've always said, I know it's going to be so bright. You will need protective glasses to be able to look at them and not have issues. Oladipo Masala said, we don't need Neymar. Let the Saudis offer him money since they cannot get Messi. Roman tried to get him when he was young. He chose Barca. He chose Barca ahead of us, and now he wants to play here. No way. Did we hear that he wants to play for us? It's just us thinking that's the case. But I understand your argument there. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, and if anybody's going to be in the stadium during the preseason games, we need you. We need people to bring us pre-game videos or live videos of when as players get ready before warm up before the game starts. That's the probably reason why Real still didn't present Bellingham. So good explanation there from my bro. Tabeo, I appreciate you, bro. Much love. Although you're doing it, it's pro bono, so I'm not gonna pay you. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. I hope Nkunku adjusts to the Premier League immediately because some players are coming from Bundesliga, especially. They do struggle. I think that has in most cases. But I understand where you're coming from. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 101 likes. It looks like my sister and friend Chalma has made it work for us. Surely they haven't learned only one mistake by offering Poch. Surely they have not learned only one mistake by offering Poch a 2-year contract, price and Mount for 80 million. I think that is nothing to go by, really. Mount, yeah, the fact that we want to sell him and the fact that he wants to leave doesn't mean if a club comes in and say we're paying 30 million pounds for Mount, we'll say, okay, take him and go. And ask them, you want Chalobah? We can add Chalobah. You can take them both. I don't think we should do that. With a year left on his contract and wanting to leave, seems another mistake to me. No, the transfer market is still a long way, but the window before it closes. I am 101 like Chama. Nice to see you. Big up to you, and I appreciate you. You're back home enjoying yourself after witnessing the Texas sun heat. Hello to you too, Chama. Always nice to see you. Thank you so much. I am going to Philly Coachella. Maybe you should prepare to make us a video or get someone to do that. I don't know if I should try and be there. Why? But yeah, I was lucky the last time. The stadium where we played Club America is just 13 minutes from my house here. What's that stadium called? A beautiful stadium, by the way. Neymar, Nkunku, and Sterling. Big up, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes to go a long way. Because Sterling performed with Nkunku and Neymar. He could. Sterling, there's a good player in him, but it's just to find a way to get the best out of him. He's one of the most experienced players we have, and we need that. We need balance in that forward area, or especially you could say on the flanks. Towards the end of the season, last 2 games he played, I think he turned it up a notch. Hope he continues with such performance into next season. I think there's a good player in him. I even forgot Kante, so that's a potentially 5 midfielders who might leave. Kante is gone already, so you don't say Kante might. He's gone, and I'm glad he's gone. So bringing in 3 isn't too much. Yeah, but it depends on the 3 you're talking about. But I understand what you mean. We don't need Neymar at Chelsea. Let the Saudi Arabian club give him an offer. They consider your performances on the pitch too. They don't just throw money at players for the sake of it, if that makes sense. So if you're there, if you have any question, shoot it. We will try to address it. Andre Onana, we talk about him. It looks like we're prioritizing him. The Magic Mike, I don't think is coming. I think people just make the most of the AC Milan situation, the firing of the personnel they've been firing. They're thinking the rumors that the players they're not happy with the board situation to fire those that they fired. I think the player we're most likely to sign will be Andre Onana. He's a fine player. The Cameroonian international is a fine goalkeeper also. Good. He has good with his feet, and it's good. Distribution is good. We really do like him. It looks like we're pushing to sign him. They're interested in signing Ruben Loftus-Cheek now, I'm hearing. So, which means maybe that's the reason why we scheduled a meeting with them. But what do you make of that? Do you like him? Tabejo, if you're still there. Do you like Andre Onana?
Yeah, as a player, I like him. But in terms of what happened between him and Cameroon in the AFCON, if I'm not mistaken, or the World Cup, I think it was AFCON. They withdrew him during the tournament. I didn't like that. So,
and he had the doping issue when he was still at Ajax.
Yes. So hopefully as a person, because people can change, he overcome those issues and then learn from them and move on and then be a professional. Focus on the good things, because as a professional player, you're like a role model to the young ones. So you need to always be on a good note. But in terms of a player, I like him. And in terms of his distributions, oh my God,
it's good.
It's far better than the Man City goalkeeper Edison. He's so good. And I understand why Chelsea want at least an experienced goalkeeper in order to integrate Gaga Slonina, because what's the use of buying another young goalkeeper while we still have Gaga Slonina, and they're promising that in the near future will be our number 1. So, but if I was Chelsea now, I negotiate the deal, I was gonna give them Lukaku and Mendy. They give us Onana because they want 60 million for him at the moment. So just give them Mendy and Lukaku and give us Onana. That's it. Even though we take a loss, let's take a loss and get Onana. I don't want to pay money for him because they robbed us with Lukaku. Cool, I understand. It's life. Sometimes people can take advantage of you, but hopefully we learn from that. Give them Lukaku and Mendy, and they give us Onana. I'm good. not money, please.
Yep. Hopefully they take Mendy. I don't know. Do you think he's better than the goalkeepers we have at the club? Let me ask you that question. Is he really?
To be honest, coach, the goalkeeper market for me at the moment is dry for me. I only rate the goalkeeper that Fabrizio Romano recently that we've been scouting, Georgino Smakagegli, something like that. Sorry to butcher his name. I forgot his surname. He's from Georgia.
I didn't do it. You did it.
So I like him because he's still young. He's 6'6". He's a top stopper. Oh, what a goalkeeper! I've been watching him recently, but again, he's still young. If you get him, what about Kakas Nonina? You see the issue. So in terms of goalkeepers, I'm not sure because I even like the Portugal goalkeeper, but after seeing first the World Cup, I said no.
Yeah.
He had so many mistakes, so I'm not sure yet, coach, to be honest.
Here's the thing. You talked about Gaga Slonina. Numbers say he's good. Have I really watched him play? I'd say no. I really want to find out how good he is with his feet. There's a chance he still have quite a lot to learn. I don't want a situation where he becomes just a second keeper and gets to play just cup games. He needs to play week in, week out to develop properly. But let's see what the club does with him. Kuchula, we did not finish fourth, third, or second to be wasting time. We finished 12th, so we have to act quickly for our first choice. If not, we are gonna get second and third choices and then struggle again. I get where you're coming from, but let's see what the club does. Sterling was looking like a shadow of himself this season. Do you think he will find his magic again? He couldn't make a 5-yard pass. I am concerned about that guy. Here's the thing. Just see it this way. The 22-23 season is not a season where it makes sense to isolate any individual's performance. The team as a unit was crappy for a reason you could say partly due to the managers we had and other reasons. But I think he still do well. Here's the thing. I have things I don't like about him as a player, but you get my point. I stopped doubting Nkunku's deal since his coach admitted that he is Chelsea bound. And the club president too. What's his name again? Come on, Maxi Bali. Said publicly on 2 occasions that he's joining Chelsea. Coach, and the board are looking at Neymar. They consider him as a luxury signing. I cannot wait to see the fan base lose their minds. A lot of people actually want him. Just as when a few people were calling for the club to sign Ronaldo, even though Ronaldo, as at that point, wasn't the Ronaldo that a lot of people, I'm looking for updates. What again was no longer the Ronaldo that a lot of people think he is. It's just the name, and they were not able to look beyond the name Ronaldo to consider the fact that he's no longer not getting any younger and not as effective as he used to be. If that makes sense. So maybe if we get him, let's see. I will wait until the end of the transfer window, but if we buy children without buying leaders, experienced players to balance the team, then we will never become successful anymore. That's why I feel I think we'll balance it out. What happened to the rumors of Mendy to Spurs? It died. It dies as quickly as it emerged, if that makes sense. Ryan Winter, nice to see you. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 103 likes. We were shooting for 300, but that's fine. I think we'll be good. Let me see what else we have. Anything else to touch here? Would become Anderlecht of the Premier League. I don't think would be. I think they spend so much money, and they know quite well if we don't compete effectively, the brand will lose value, and that's not good for them. The way we are overrating this Slonina guy, wouldn't be surprised if he's loaned out. And eventually, I don't think it'd be sold, but I think it'd be loaned out. Let's start from the fact that he's going to be loaned out. I think the size, I think, can mean nothing when you look at Casillas and Keylor Navas. Both are, the shortest goalkeeper I can remember. Correct me if I'm wrong. What's his name? Campos. Where's his from? I see Louis. Where's it? Not Louis Campos. What's his first name? I've forgotten. He was short, but he was an excellent goalkeeper. And they were. Sorry.
For Chelsea?
No. We're talking about not. He didn't play for Chelsea. So I'm just talking about him because of his height. He wasn't that tall, but he was a good goalkeeper. Was it George Campos? I think he was George Campos. The goalkeeper. Where is he from? Is it Colombia? Oh wait, no. Colombia is Valderrama. Valderrama is a bit taller. But it's better to copy Real Madrid. They're buying one player for 100 million. These guys, they're buying a young talent who already are final products who you could say who've garnered enough experience. Personally, I don't like when people talk we need a physicality in the team tactics. This is not what tactics means. And the tall player like Sander Budge is actually downgrading instead of upgrade. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along with Bristol Blues FC. Chelsea need to sign Osimhen. Let's see. I'm not quite sure what striker the club they're looking at. According to reports, Chelsea have submitted a 52 million bid for now. How you pronounce his last name? Magic. Let me just say Magic Mike, the AC Milan goalkeeper, and is considering the offer after sacking of Maldini. Yep, after sacking of Maldini, not just him, they sacked other people too. I think the players are, we can say, should I say they're revolting, they're not happy. Let's see, but it's hard to fathom what's really going on, whether we're serious about or not now, or maybe we're trying to sell the two goalkeepers we have already. I think Mendy may well end up leaving Chelsea, except if he signs a new contract with the new Chelsea contract construct or format, if you prefer. The way how people present tactics is not how football works. That's the truth. A lot of people don't look at football beyond the surface level. No offense to anyone. It's understood. Yeah, I think you put it in a very nice way. You're not insulting anybody. Campos from Mexico. Yes. He was short, but excellent goalkeeper, really. He was good. His height wasn't an issue. Good leap and all that. And good with his feet, too. I keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. And also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes, more importantly, do go a long way. But if you like what you're seeing, drop the likes. We stream it every day. And my co-host, Louisa, has indicated she's available now. And we'll be hosting the evening shows every day. And when I travel I think I'll travel for 3 days to California. She'll be here. And I'll also be helping. But I will not be at the studio, so probably may not be able to show my face. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along with 105 likes. Sincerely do appreciate that. Who else do we have lined up here that I wanted us to discuss? Tabejo. Let's talk about Gabri Veiga. Your thoughts on that player? Why are we looking at him? Where does it fit if we sign him? If you're there, Tabejo.
Gabri Veiga can play as a number 8, number 6, and then slightly a hybrid of a number 10. And then I think the reason behind is, for example, if you sell Mason Mount, I think he will be the replacement of Mason Mount. So,
and he's just 21.
Yes, he's 21.
Wow. So do you like him?
I like him as a fun player, as a fun finisher.
Okay. I need to watch him even more. I've seen a few highlights of him. He plays for Celta Vigo, just 21. Fabrizio Romano is saying nothing concrete yet, but we're looking at him as much as the same way we're still looking at Rasmus. Eugene, if you're still in the chat there, what do you make of Gabri Veiga? Do you want to see him at Chelsea, and why? And for all this also in the chat, I'm going to get your thoughts. Gabri Veiga, is he a player you want to see at Chelsea? Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. And this says a question for the panel: Onana or Magic Mike? Ooh, that's a difficult one, really.
Yeah, I'll take the AC Milan goalkeeper, but again, I don't think AC Milan will sell him.
Why do you prefer Mike?
Man, he's a good goalkeeper. He's very short stopper, and then he's aggressive also. That's what I love about him.
Is it good? Is it good on the ball? That was enough for you?
No, not enough for me. That's the other thing.
All right. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along with what else do we have here? Who is the top 2 African players in the Premier League right now? Right now, who do we still African players we still have in the Premier League? The non-nationalized, those haven't nationalized and become
Mahrez.
Mahrez is what you can say number 1.
Mohamed Salah.
Salah, yep, 2.
I would say just those 2 for now.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mendy's out of form, and then Partey, yes, is a good player, but
let's count. Yeah. Partey is in good form. Yeah, you can count Partey too.
Yeah, but recently just lost form, or maybe it's those injuries. I think sometimes injuries can affect players' performance. Sometimes. Remember, they used Jorginho a lot throughout end of the season, and then Partey was not available. But
so Thomas Partey. Yeah, go ahead.
I think Partey had a fantastic season.
Yeah, I think he did. Thomas Partey, we got Thomas Partey, Mohamed Salah, Riyad Mahrez is probably number 1. I think he's done. You can say he's done better than all of them. It doesn't matter how many minutes he plays as well. But he's played lots of minutes for Man City actually. Then let's count this guy. He helped this club survive relegation. What's his name?
Who's it? Onyongi. Who? Ah man,
yeah,
sorry.
He bullied our defense too.
Let me just check his name because I'm gonna butcher it.
The Nigerian. He bullied the Chelsea defense too. But yeah, I'm gonna move on. If you remember, you can say his name. Onana better than Kepa. If you refuse to allow data dictate, he has confidence and commands his box. Thiago Silva see Poch as a coach, a player can respect. Okay, Thiago Silva see Pochettino as a coach, players can respect. Yep, and that has been the point players talk about. They respect him quite a lot because once you talk about him, players are asking all the players, and they all have been saying good stuff. Reece James has spoken. Ben Chilwell has also spoken. We are looking for Gabri because he's 21, nothing more. I don't see anything special about him. Okay, let me see what Eugene has to say because he's mentioned Gabri even before we talked about him. Yeah, I like Veiga. He's that makeshift CM, AM, great on the ball control, fast, aggressive, and the most important thing, way how he plays, I really like. And he can get you goals too. I think I like him, really. I like Veiga from what I've seen, but I need to see him more. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes to go a long way. We'll be rounding off. Coming to find a third like Bellingham, but I think it's more Margot than Bellingham. You can say more. I can say better dribbler of the two. From what I've seen so far, I need to take my time to look at it even more. I think he's a fine player, and I think we need players in that area too. If he can play at 10, I want to see his ability in terms of creating chances, whether we should be considering him. So with that, you can say we've come to the natural end of the show. I'm going to say hello to everyone in the chat, and then we'll call it a day soon. Thank you to Eugene for always being there, and thank you for answering my call to present your opinion on Gabri Veiga. I sincerely do appreciate that. Chelsea all the way. Big up to you, brother. I appreciate you always playing the devil's advocate. I'm loving that. And a lot of people miss all it. You and Choma, remember what I told you guys. If you can help us with videos when the players are warming up during those friendlies, we'd really, really, really appreciate that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, as even though we're rounding off, we are at 105 likes, but I appreciate that. QX a step, I appreciate you. Chelsea all the way, thank you so much for all the love. What else do we have here? Marvin, I appreciate you too. Campus from Mexico, that was the name I was looking for. Bristol FC, Chelsea all the way, the beautiful game. Who was here? I appreciate you, guy. Ryan Winter, I appreciate you all. With that, we come to the end of the show. Thank you so much for finding the time to participate today. See you guys next time. God bless us all, and bye.